between your Zachary Broncos and the Acadiana Wreckin Rams. We would like to wish our student athletes from both schools good luck, and we encourage all spectators at tonight's game to keep in mind that good sportsmanship is expected at the Bronco Corral.
The Golden Corral, what the hell?
They got a buffet at the Golden Corral?
Hey, let me get a 2-piece and a chocolate fountain.
Welcome to the Bronco Corral, home of the 4-time 5A state champions. During 2015, the state of Louisiana was served notice when we claimed our first state championship, defeating John Eric 46-12.
The Bronco Corral.
The 2017 Broncos let loose the Dogs of War to claim their second state championship, defeating Huntville 34-14.
Ram Nation, thank you for tuning in tonight for another edition of Wreckin' Ram Productions. Live from the Bronco Corral here in Zachary, Louisiana, where your Acadiana Wreckin' Rams will be taking on the Zachary Broncos tonight in some Week 2 South Louisiana high school football action. My name is Cole Gilbo, bringing you your play-by-play. On the side of me, my good friend and broadcast partner, Nick Fontenot. Guys, you know, first away game of the year, doing some new things with our production crew. Got a whole little road crew out here calling outside from the Bronco Corral, so bear with us tonight as we have a little fun. But it should be a good one. Zachary, of course, is a well-known name in the state of Louisiana, as is our Wreckin' Rams. But, you know, the Wreckin' Rams started really poorly last week, and it can only go up from here. At least that's what we've been saying and hearing all week long. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my broadcast partner, Nick. Nick, how are we feeling about tonight, my man?
Well, you know, before we get into tonight, we get into last week, we just got to flush it, right? I mean, that's really all you can do. There's not much that you can take away from last week and build on. There's not many positives that you can spin from that game last week. So you just move on from it, and you hope that that's what the coaches did this week in practice, preparing the kids. Don't even think about last week. So we watched that, and we turn our attention to Zachary, who is another powerhouse, right? They're playing video right now on the scoreboard about their 4-time state champions, and you see it on the to the right. You can see the banners with the state championship. So when you walk in, there's a certain aura when you walk into the stadium with some good things going on. So Acadiana is going to have to correct a lot of those mental errors and mental mistakes that we saw last week if they want to have a chance to beat the Broncos. Now, will they do it? I guess we're gonna see that in a few minutes when the game kicks off. But you're right, Cole. It can't get worse than last week. It can only go up, and so we hope the kids kind of respond and bounce back from last week's tough performance.
Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to WRP tonight. Again, once again, we're calling from outside here at the Bronco Corral, so you may catch a lot of background noise, so bear with us tonight. But we have come a long way, Nick, from calling this on an iPhone with 2 Amazon microphones. Yeah. So, you know, still, this is a much needed step up from the production that we had last year on road games. But I'm gonna roll into it. Your Acadiana High Wreckin' Rams come into this one 0-1, led by head coach Doug Dodson in his very first year, offensive coordinators James Estes, and defensive coordinator Matt Moreau. Last week, Nick just mentioned it, a 49-7 loss versus Ruston at Bill Dotson Stadium. We allowed 4 total touchdowns to the running back of Ruston, Dalen Powell, who eventually ended up being named the Louisiana Player of the Week. And also, you know, the highlight, or the low light, I should say, Nick, of the game was the special teams performance. You know, you had a poorly called, you know, fake punt, and then you had multiple kick returns. They couldn't get past the 15. You had one kick return that wasn't even fielded. Bottom line, and we said it a while ago, you got to flush it. You got to wash it. There's really no positives and nothing you could take away from that game. The one bright spot for me, though, Nick, and I want to give this young man his flowers, was Troy Kinnerson. Troy Kinnerson ran the ball really well last week, which was highlighted in that 91-yard touchdown run. That is a very big bright spot. And I'll also give Ty Lambertina a little love, too. Ty Lambertina, you know, for what it's worth, did look poised, and he did seem to have command of the offense. It's just we didn't play complementary football. The defense did not click with the offense, and the special teams, kind of put a damper on both of those units. So, but Nick, while we're getting close to kickoff, let's go ahead and I'll get you to do tonight's starting lineups for your Acadiana Wreckin Rams.
The starting lineup for tonight's game for the Acadiana Wreckin Rams will start with the offense at quarterback. Senior number 1, Ty LaMartina. At running back is senior number 8, Dion Simon, and number 2, Troy Kinnerson. The wide receivers tonight are senior number 6, Colin DeBetta, and senior number 9, Syrian Joseph. On the offensive line, you have a senior, George Getrich, number 55, number 52, junior, Kedrick Bourgeois. At center, number 63, Nathan Fant, he's a senior. At right guard, number 56, a junior, Landon Laverne. And the right tackle tonight is going to be a junior, number 54, Isaiah Avalos. On the defense, we'll start on the line. Junior, number 47, Joel Dorian. Defensive end, number 49, is a senior, Dante Chavis. Another senior at defensive tackle is number 98, Jackson Hiltz. Number 87, Darius McKinley is a senior. He will be also starting at defensive tackle. The linebackers, a senior number 5, Gavin Coleman, and senior number 4, Isaiah Lavallee. The safeties tonight for the Wreckin Rams, a senior number 22, Gavin Hissaw, and senior number 3, Keon Leday. The free safety tonight is going to be a senior number 15, J.L. Malbrew. And the cornerbacks tonight for the Veer Machine defense, 2 seniors, number 7, Tavion Landry, number 24, Ty Thomas. That is your starting lineup for the Acadiana Wreckin Rams.
Acadiana Wreckin Rams bringing you Wreckin Ram production again here from the Bronco Corral. And we're going to go ahead, Nick, while we have a little bit of time, we're going to go ahead and throw it really quickly to the Zachary Broncos. Zachary Broncos are led by head coach David Brewerton in his 12th year, 4-time 5A state champion since he's been at the helm for the Broncos. Last year they went 7-4 with a second-round loss, but the Rams beat the Broncos last year at Bill Dotson Stadium, 43-28 in Week 2. Last week they beat Plaquemine here at the Bronco Corral, 52-28. Offensively, the Broncos, last week, 428 total yards against Plaquemine. Their offensive line has 4 of 5 returning starters, and they will lean heavily on that experience. They're going to be led by senior quarterback Michael Kirby, 6'2", 200 pounds. On the season so far, 60% completion percentage, 165 through the air, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Running back is going to be junior Jeremy Patton, who had a great game last week, 5'11", 175. He had 17 carries for 217 on the ground and 2 touchdowns. On the side of him, or next to him in the running back room, I should say, is junior Tyleek Lewis. On the season, he has 16 carries, 48 rushing yards, and a touchdown. And last week, wide receiver junior Tracoby Reams, 5'10", 170, had a really good game. 3 receptions, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So a very balanced offensive attack from the Broncos last week, and they're looking to recreate that success that they had against Plaquemine. Defensively, they did allow 365 total yards last week, but they did force 2 interceptions. Coach Brewerton at Zachary says the strength of this entire team is their secondary. Speaking of secondaries, they are led by senior cornerback Zachary Hogan, 5'9", 165. Last week, he had a 32-yard pick 6 to start the season. Across from him is senior cornerback Jeremiah Smith, 6', 175. He is a 3-year starter and considered to be one of the best players on this team. They're also led in the middle by outside linebacker senior Isaiah Stokes, 5'3", 210. He is also a second-year starter for the Broncos. And lastly, middle linebacker senior Donovan Breathley, 5'10", 190, another 3-year starter for the Broncos. So this team is extremely loaded with veteran talent on the defensive side of the ball. And like I said, Brewerton believes that their secondary is their strength. Now, I don't know how much good that'll do them, Nick, against Xavier, but it is a blessing when you have returning starters at the amount that Zachary has.
Well, we saw the Wreckin Rams put the ball in the air a few times last week and had some pretty good success with it. So, I mean, they may try to do that. I know that they're going to have to change some things up from what happened last week because nothing really worked. So they may throw the ball. Now, I don't think we're going to see an air raid attack like we saw in years past with maybe Colin and Russell and those guys on the outside really stretching the ball down the field. It's going to be mostly veer. We know that. It's going to be mostly running game. But don't be surprised if Ty airs it out, because I'm telling you, when they did air it out last week, they had a little bit of success.
Well, fans, we're just waiting for the Broncos to come out of the south end zone. Acadiana is going to be coming out of your north end zone tonight. And we are really close to kickoff. And, you know, you're going to get down to the pregame festivities. You got to do the national anthem, invocation, coin toss, all that good stuff. But, Nick, I got to tell you, that's one of the fastest reads we've ever done for pregame before. And I think it's because we decided before the game to completely wash what happened last week.
Yeah, I mean, most of our pregame show is usually talking about last week and what was good, what was bad, what needs to happen, and there's just really nothing to comment, right? We said most of the comments that we could say last week on the broadcast, mentioned a little bit of it in the pregame, and for the most part, you don't even really want to talk about it because, I mean, everything you would say would just be a damper. So we flushed that first game. We get over to this game, and hopefully the Wreckin' Rams can take care of a Zachary team who is another tough out, right? I mean, the first 3 games, Rustin, Zachary, and STM, none of those 3 games are a gimme, and that's the games that's what Acadiana draws at the beginning of the season.
And here comes the Zachary Broncos out of the south end zone. Well, Nick, real quick, I'm going to give a couple of keys to the game. I believe the Wreckin' Rams tonight offensively have to establish the inside run and control the clock. That's one thing we did a really poor job of last week, is establishing inside run and maintaining the clock like that Veer machine is classically known for doing. Secondly, we have to play complementary football tonight. We looked so discombobulated last week in all 3 phases. We did not play complementary football at all. And honestly, not only play complementary football, but do your job. Everybody, listen, you play football for Acadiana High School. You've been coached by some great coaches that have come through this this place. Just do your job. Don't do too much. Don't get outside of yourself. Do what you've been taught. And lastly, special teams, stay out of the way. Completely stay out of the way. Do not, you're there to field a kick, field a punt, take a knee, take a fair catch. Whenever you start making mistakes in the special teams, you're really putting a damper on what your offense and defense is being tasked to do. So I have it underlined on my paper right here. Stay out of the way. But just on cue, Nick, we are here doing the invocation and the national anthem. Stick around for more Wreckin' Ram productions here on YouTube.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful day. We thank you that both teams were able to get here with no injuries. And Lord, I pray that tonight we'll have a great game, Lord. And I pray that we'll have great sportsmanship, and everything we'll do will honor you. And I pray that everybody going home will have a safe trip. And Lord, I just thank you for dying on the cross for our sins and then raising 3 days later so that we can be with you eternally. We love you and we thank you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing with your hats removed. The national anthem will be performed by the Zachary High School Band of Blue under the direction of Mr. Donnie Alexander and Miss Sierra Price.
Y'all ready? Yes, sir. Ready. Let's get it.
Success is more than winning and losing.
That was your national anthem brought to you by the Zachary Bronco Band. We're going to take a break. Stick around for more WRP on YouTube.
Miss Keisha Vaughn, the Zachary Community School District School Board and Zachary Athletics are honored to recognize Miss Keisha Vaughn
Success
as the
is
guest
more
captain
than
of
winning and
tonight's
losing.
game.
It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition.
Vaughn was nominated
For Courtesy
by our
Automotive,
and
much
fellow
like the
employees
Wreckin'
for being
Rams,
such a dedicated
success
teacher.
isn't just our goal.
Zachary High School
It's our
Principal Lindsay
legacy.
Spence shared.
Let's
She
go
is a
Rams.
devoted and hard-working teacher who truly cares for her students. Consistently going the extra mile to support them. She pours her heart into her work, showing her students every day how much she believes in them. Those who nominated her said that she supports her students in the classroom and also after school.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral here in Zachary, Louisiana. Again, your Wreckin' Rams take on the Zachary Broncos tonight. Down on the field, they are ending the pregame festivities. Captains down on the field. I see across the field. Let me see. Number 98, Jackson Hiltz, is going to be the captain to the far right. Number 87, Darius McKinley. Number 12, Talon Vito. And number 6, Colin DeBetta. That is the captains tonight for your Acadiana Wreckin' Rams. Down here on the other end for the Zachary Broncos, Zachary Hogan to your far left. Number 62, Braden White. Number 4 is going to be Kristen Brooks. And number 43 is going to be Donovan Breathley, middle linebacker. So that's your captains for the Zachary Broncos. Being honored tonight is also Jacarius Johnson, a senior running back from the Broncos, who I believe, Nick, has passed away of cancer, if I read correctly on some of the articles from the Advocate. And honestly, if you look down here on the 20-yard line, you can see it's highlighted in orange as a tribute to him. So, definitely our thoughts and prayers to the Bronco family as well as his family for his passing due to cancer. Waiting for the coin toss down on the field. Head referee just showing the coin to each player, waiting for them to get to flipping, and we'll be able to tell you guys. We do not have a microphone on the head referee tonight. Obviously, not being a home game, it's kind of hard to get some of the logistics done with that. But let's see what happened here. Seems like Acadiana may have won the toss and elected to defer.
The guys in the press box before the game were like, if we win the toss, we're taking the ball. They didn't want to give Acadiana the ball first. So it's kind of actually, we've seen Acadiana defer in these situations. I kind of agree with the guys in the press box, the Zachary staff. I would have liked to see Acadiana get the ball and kind of establish the run, establish that veer so that we can get the game, we can get the control of the game.
So excuse me, Nick, I was actually backwards. Zachary won the toss and elected to defer.
There you go.
So Acadiana is going to receive the first half kickoff. They'll be receiving in the south end zone, and they'll start their drive going north. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are close to kickoff here. Week 2 football, and I'm going to tell you, man, this place is beautiful. Home side's got a nice little crowd. The Acadiana crowd is a little thin than what we're used to, Nick, but after a disappointing week 1, you're going to have to rebuild that trust with your fan base,
right.
and we're going to get there. A win tonight would be a very big springboard into, taking a big deep breath and everybody kind of calming down from the showing we had last week.
Cole, I agree. A win would do that. You know what else would do it? Just a good showing, right? A good performance, a competitive game. Like if you're showing that some of those mistakes that we happened last week are corrected, you're moving forward from it, and you're just competitive. Zachary's a really good football team. You're going to have to play a really good game to beat Zachary. There's no shame in losing a game to Zachary. There's no shame in losing the game to Ruston like you did last week. There is shame in the way the game played last week. And if Acadiana comes out and is competitive, I think that's going to go a long way to rebuilding that trust that might have got lost last week by some Wreckin' Ram fans.
Back deep to receive tonight is number 6, Colin DeBetta, and number 8, Deion Simon. Kicking for the Broncos is going to be a guy with a really big leg, Boston Bentley. I've heard really good things about him. And, the guys in the press box for Zachary were bragging that, he's known for kicking the balls out the end zone. And we kind of laughed and said he might want to keep him in based on the special teams performance last week. Nonetheless, we'll see how it goes. Bentley set to kick. This game is seconds away from kicking off. And again, we thank you for tuning in to WRP. Here's some Acadiana football. Kick is away. It's a sky kick. Going to be brought in at about the 10-yard line by DeBetta. He's across the 15, across the 20, cuts it inside. He's across the 30, and the Wreckin' Ram beer machine will start their drive at the 32-yard line.
First opportunity for special teams to make an impact on the game, to have something to do with the outcome of this game, and Colin gets it across the 30-yard line. So perhaps the Zachary coaches saw the tape last week, decided to kick to Colin. Colin gets them across the 30-yard line. Maybe they're going to think twice about doing it for the rest of this game.
Got to show some love, Nick, before we start this one to my parents back home, Kelly and Greg Gilbo, as well as Ms. J.D. Fotno watching at home as well. Blair fussed me at this. Also, my wife and kids watching Blair Melanson Gilbo. She loves when I say her maiden name.
Well, I would give my wife props, but I know she ain't one. So.
Waiting for them to line up on the ball. There may be a stoppage maybe for their video team, not sure. Just waiting for a signal of play. But again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in on the outdoor edition of WRP. We're going to have a fun one here tonight. Lamatina under center. Kinnerson and Simon, your running backs. Two receivers to the near side. That's Joseph and DeBetta. Lamatina takes the snap. It's a quarterback keeper. And they snubbed that one out for no gain. Not sure what they were trying to do right there, but it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Never developed at all. Ty looked uncertain right there. A rough first play right there. But look, it feels a little bit different already. Like even with that play not going well, it just feels like some of that nastiness from last week is gone, and it's just a new game, new week. So I kind of like the way this looks. Even the team looks better, bigger, more in order. So we'll see how this plays out. But that first play, not great.
2nd and 10. Split back veer behind Lambertina. Ty takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. That's going to be Troy Kinnerson on the carry. He'll only get about a gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd and 8. There is a flag on the play in the backfield. Ty Lambertina looks disgusted, if that's the word I'm going to go with. And there's another flag, and that one may be on Ty Lambertina himself.
Yeah. Usually when that happens on the field, it's language related. Put it that way. Not sure what he said, but it was probably something that he shouldn't have.
And Nick, I don't want to start saying too many negatives too early, but this is exactly what we're talking about in the pregame show. Be disciplined. Do your job.
Yeah.
It's the first drive of the game, and you're shooting yourself in the foot with personal fouls.
Yeah, you're not going to have to help Zachary to win this game. Zachary's good enough to beat you square up one-on-one. If you're helping him with penalties, helping him with mistakes, it's only going to make it more difficult for you to have a chance to win this game. We already know that Acadiana is going to have to play a very good game to win.
Nick, I'm going to be honest with you. Ty Lambertina's on the sideline. This may be an ejection.
Oh, my.
In the way that one of the coaches is reacting. And folks, keep in mind we do not have a mic on the referee tonight, being the away team. I'll try to keep you as informed as I can.
Yeah, Colin looks like he's going to come in at quarterback.
Personal foul against the Rams and sportsmanlike.
I mean, even if Ty said the worst thing imaginable, he wouldn't have been an objectionable offense. It looks like Ty's back in the huddle. So.
Yeah, he's back in the huddle. And what made me nervous is that he was completely on the sideline.
Personal foul.
So, luckily, it will just be a personal foul.
2nd down, 20 to go.
And it'll be 2nd and 20.
Ty's on the sideline.
So, Colin DeBetta may have to take a snap here at the quarterback position. And he does have some experience there. He's an athlete, starting shortstop for your Wreckin' Ram baseball team. Okay, so they are going to jog Ty Lambertina off from the sideline, and he will be able to take a snap.
False alarm, guys, false alarm.
I mean, just the way he was acting and the coaching staff reacted on the sideline was a cause for concern. They have it marked as 3rd and 20, so it's a dead ball after the play. So this is going to be 3rd and 20, folks, from the 19-yard line. Rollout, tosses it to DeBetta. He's at the 30, not able to break a tackle, and he'll be brought out of bounds.
Number 1, Martinez pass complete.
A gain of about 8, and it's going to be 4th and 11.
had a few things going there, but the penalty just puts you behind the sticks. And once you get one of those dead ball penalties, those 15-yarders, it's really tough, especially in an offense like Acadiana runs, to pick it up and keep it going. So not a great first drive for Acadiana, but it does feel a little bit different. We'll see if the defense can stiffen up. Remember last week the defense started with a 3-and-out. If they can start with a 3-and-out and get Acadiana the ball back, it'll go well. But you got to think Zachary's feeling pretty good after giving Acadiana the ball and being able to stuff them on a 3-and-out.
Number 6, Bubba Jones.
Josh Marquez on the punt for the Rams. Bubba Jones is back to receive for the Broncos. Snap is a good one. The kick is up. End over end is going to bounce at about the 45, but it does take a Ram bounce and a good roll. It's across the 40, across the 35, and it's going to be down at about the 33-yard line. So overall, not a terrible punt right there by Josh Marquez, but we will take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more WRP on YouTube.
34-yard line. First down, Broncos.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer.
Good to go.
But getting that trainer.
Hey, Bradley.
Megan trainer.
They're saying the score with the end
Give me your arm.
Nope, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I don't think we're at commercial, Cole.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral. Handoff up the middle.
Number 27, Jeremy Patton on the
Bronco first down, and that's something that the Wreckin Rams have to stop, is these big chunk plays by opposing running backs. We saw it last week with Dalen Powell, who ended up being the Louisiana Player of the Week, and you cannot allow, you can't allow Zachary to recreate that this week.
It's definitely a developing situation to keep an eye on with this team. Like, is that going to be one of the downfalls of this team, is allowing running backs to get big chunk plays? That's what absolutely killed them last week against Rusty.
Michael Kirby in the shotgun. One running back on his side, two receivers far side, one near side. Snap. Handoff. Give him a gain of 2, maybe 3. It'll be second. No, it will be 2. 2nd and 8 for the Broncos.
Darius McKinley makes his first play, maybe of the season. I don't think we called his name one time last week, the LSU commitment, and he kind of wrapped him up and got a tackle right there. So nice to see Darius get his name called on the broadcast. He's definitely somebody that's going to need to make an impact on this defense if they're going to want to have a chance in this game tonight.
Yeah, and listen, there was so much discombobulation last week with everything going on that it was, it's hard to make heads and tails of the gameplay. So definitely want to watch that and move forward. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Kirby in the shotgun, hands off right up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Give him a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 7, and the Terrible Turks are able to hold him to a 3rd and long right here.
Big 3rd down right here. The Rams have to get off the football field on this 3rd down. Do not let Zachary sustain this drive and start getting this momentum, getting across the 50, start feeling like they can do it. Big 3rd down. If they go for it on 4th down, hopefully you get another stop, but this 3rd down is huge for the momentum of this football game.
Michael Kirby looking to the sideline, senior quarterback for the Broncos. 1 receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side, and a running back in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looking to the sideline for a play. Acadiana defensive line doing a little switching around as well. 1 second on the play clock. And the Broncos are going to have to burn a timeout right here. We're going to take a timeout as well. Stick around for more WRP on YouTube.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral here in Zachary, Louisiana. The Broncos facing a 3rd and 7. Terrible Turks got to find a way to get off the field right here. Senior quarterback Drew Kirby will be in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and a running back in the backfield.
7 to go, Broncos.
Takes the snap, 5-step drop, looking. He's going to dump it across the field to Powell. Will he have enough? No, they're going to mark him a yard short.
Number 5.
That's a nice stop. I would assume Zachary will go for it here on 4th down across the 50, kind of in no man's land a little bit. I don't know if maybe do they have a bit. We saw the punter punting in pregame. He does have a pretty good leg, but I would assume Zachary's going to go for it. But a nice play to come up there and stop him and force this 4th down.
Isaiah Lavallee on the tackle, senior linebacker, and it does look like the Broncos will go for it on 4th and 1.
High school football, you almost always go for it right here. If you're across the 50, it's going to have to be a special situation to get a high school team to punt.
Kirby in the shotgun. Running back's going to be lined up behind him. Takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. I don't think he got there, Nick. They're pushing the pile. It's going to be really close.
It's right on the line. I mean, it's going to go either way. It is right on the line. They gave it to him.
I tell you what. Patton with the second effort right there on the carry is what got him the first down, because he was met behind the line of scrimmage and was able to keep those feet moving for a Bronco first down. So let's reset. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 45 and a fresh set of downs.
Would have really been nice to get off the football field right there. Just feel good about that first drive, but nonetheless, Zachary sustains the drive.
Kirby takes the snap. Play action. The throw is high and through the hands of his intended receiver, Tracoby Reams, the junior wide receiver.
That's a problem that's been plaguing Acadiana for a few years now, where receivers will get open. They will have a receiver beat the defense and figure it out, and the opposing quarterback just doesn't make the throw. If opposing quarterbacks would make good throws against this defense, they would have probably dropped a few more games over the last few years. And right there, that wide receiver is wide open, running free. He's probably picking up about 15 to 20 yards if he makes that catch, but the quarterback just couldn't find him.
2nd and 10, 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Handoff up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, and they're giving him a gain of 1. Another 3rd and long situation here for the Turks.
Hey, aside from that first run of the game, the inside run defense has been pretty good for the Wreckin Rams. The drill machine has stepped up and made stops and forced Zachary into these tough decisions. Now you're at 3rd and long. It's going to be difficult for them to get it again. Obviously, I think it's 4-down territory. If Zachary gets 3 or 4 yards, they're going to go for it. But maybe if you can keep them to 4th and long, maybe they second guess it and maybe they go ahead and put it away. But right now we'll see what this play is. But if they get a few yards, I would expect them to go for it.
You think they do a run play and try to cut the distance, or you think they're going through the air right here?
Well, I think I don't know if they're. Did they call it another timeout?
This is going to be a hydration. This is going to be a hydration timeout, and we'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. Stick around for more WRP on YouTube.
Hey, Wreckin fans. That's right. I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas. Doosan, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Doosan, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, the po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. Every Thursday through Sunday, we turn up the charm with live music as well as our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every Saturday morning. So come down to Knox and Doosan, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Doosan, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
I'd like to thank our Super 6 sponsor.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral here at Zachary. The Broncos will be facing a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. A big opportunity right here for the Terrible Turks to stand tough and get the ball back in the hands of their veer machine. Zachary's going to come out with 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 running back in the backfield with Kirby. H-back to the left of the formation. Running back's going to swing out wide here to the left side. Looking downfield is Kirby. He throws it downfield, and he's got a man open, but I believe he's out of bounds. Kirby led him a little too far, but there is a flag on the far side of the field, Nick.
That play took a little bit too long to develop for Kirby, and he kind of aired it out. Didn't give his receiver enough space to come down with that catch.
Darius McKinley ended up, I want to say, with his helmet off on the far side. So maybe a hands to the face, or we'll see.
couple of big penalties in this game so far have really had an impact on the outcome of what's happened so far in this first quarter.
Personal foul, hands to the face.
Yeah.
So
Personal
that
foul, hands to the face, called against the Broncos.
I don't know if I would have accepted this penalty, Nick. What do you think? I mean, it would have been 4th and 9. Now it'll be
penalized. 15
now it'll be
yards.
third and about 25.
Yeah,
I guess. But
I don't mind. I don't mind putting the team behind the sticks this far. So I don't mind accepting it there.
Penalty was declined.
there you go.
There you go.
The penalty was declined, and that's kind of what my thinking was. It would have been
Brings
4th
up
and long.
Down, 9 to go.
Now, folks, I do want to say this. I mean, the ball is spotted at the 45, so
Back deep to receive
yeah,
for the Rams,
they will
number
punt. But the point I was getting at is that their field goal kicker is known for kicking long ones. This is a little bit too far out of range.
You're looking at about a 60-yarder right there.
No joke. So this will be Christian Cozy, senior punter for the Broncos. And me and Nick were watching him before the game. He's got a leg on him, folks. He can put it out there. Colin DeBetta back deep to receive. He's standing at about the 5-yard line. Kick is away. It's a pretty one. Fair catch by DeBetta. He's going to let it bounce, and it's going to check up at the 2-yard line, and that's about as good as a punt as you're going to see in high school football.
Cole, we saw him in the pregame doing that all game long, and he was perfecting that spin, and we saw a couple of them go into the end zone where he didn't get the spin right, and he was very upset with himself. He was standing at the 50 and just punting them, trying to get them pinned just like that. We saw him in the pregame do that, and there it shows up in the game. What an absolutely perfect punt. You're right. I don't think I've seen a better one at the high school level.
Bank of Zachary, Maine Regional Medical, Zachary.
That's the way that special teams can change a game for the positive. Special teams has such an impact on the game. We saw it last week negatively affect the game, and this week you see the special teams a punt like that get you the 2-yard line. Special teams can definitely make a difference in the game.
Acadiana's going to have to go 98 yards to put a score on the board here. Lamartina under center. Backs away from center. 2 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. Handoff up the middle to Kinnerson. Give him a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't know if you noticed it, but in the end zone, Tyler Martina got tied up with a defender. Something's going on there. He's a little chippy. It's getting a little. I don't know what's happening, but we've already seen him get a personal foul penalty. We can't afford to have him get another one, but something's going on after the play with Ty and one of the defenders from Zachary, where if it doesn't get cleaned up, if the referees don't get it under control, it could lead to the ejection that we thought he might have got the first time.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 4-yard line. Lamartina under center. Takes the snap. It's going to be a sweep to the near side to Kinnerson. Breaks one-arm tackle, trying to get across the 10. He does. He'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line, which should be enough for a Wreckin' Ram first down.
Nice play from Troy Kinnerson there. Troy kind of established himself as maybe that lead back. As we can think, Acadiana always has that bell cow that you can feed. I think Troy might be that guy tonight. I know Deion Simon is also good, and Wreckin' Rams usually have a 2-headed monster back there that can get it done. But right there, you get yourself from out of the end zone. You're across the 10-yard line. You're making it happen. A good first down for the Wreckin' Rams.
Would love to see one of those long, methodical drives that the Veer machine is known for and give a little bit of confidence to this offense. Right. Something we didn't see last week. 2 receivers to the far side. Lamartina under center. Takes the snap. He's going to roll far side and throw it downfield well over the head of his intended receiver, Cy Joseph.
Throw that one in the long grass, Cole. We don't take that play and just don't even run it again. The receiver wasn't even open, and he overthrew him, and that was not good. The Veer's working right now. Got a couple of good runs. The first play gave you 2 yards. The second play gave you a first down. Stick with what works. There's no need to do that kind of stuff. I don't mind going to the air every now and then, but right now, like you said, we need that methodical drive. Burn this clock, control it, and end it with a touchdown.
So, folks, want to remind you we're calling this game from outside, and where we're calling it from, there is actually 2 large light poles kind of in the way of where the ball is spotted right now. We will do our best to call this play. It's 2nd and 10, Lamartina under center. Handoff up the middle to Kinnerson. There he goes. Across the 30, and he is gone. There's a flag on the play, Nick, way in the backfield. It's going to be a Wreckin' Ram touchdown. I certainly hope it stands. But Ty Lamartina got tied up once again in the backfield, and I think the head referee may have finally caught the Broncos right here. As it stands, it would be an 88-yard touchdown run.
And again, Kennerson busted through the line. It's what he did last week. The only score of the game for the Wreckin Rams was Kennerson on pretty much that exact same play to the opposite end zone. This time he's going up, breaks the play, and man, what we were saying about Troy, he's just becoming that lead back in this offense that Acadiana's always had. Acadiana strikes first.
Marquez on the kick. Snap is good, kick is away, kick is up, kick is good. 3:57 left to go in this first quarter, and Acadiana strikes first, 7-0 against the Zachary Broncos. Stick around for more WRP on YouTube.
3 minutes, 57 seconds remain in the first quarter. Visitors 7,
where they awarded the
Broncos
contract
0.
to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. STAR sets the standard on service.
STAR is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what STAR does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, STAR is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
STAR and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
And the kick for Acadiana, number 90, Josh Marquez.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral here in Zachary, Louisiana. Your Wreckin Rams strike first with a long touchdown run by the bell cow, Mr. Troy Kennerson. He did it last week. He did it again this week, folks. Back deep to receive for the Broncos is number 3 cornerback Zachary Hogan and number 6 wide receiver Bubba Jones. On to kick for your Wreckin Rams will be Josh Marquez, the junior kicker. And we're just waiting for the Broncos to come on the field. They've been doing this a lot, Nick. It's kind of like a stoppage of play, almost as if it was like a TV timeout.
Yeah. Maybe it is.
Again, a very encouraging sign to see us get off to a much better start as last week. And we talked about it. If you find a way to come out with a victory here tonight against Zachary, who is a pretty dang good team in this state, I mean, you give a lot of hope to your Wreckin Ram fans after their showing last week.
There's a lot of Acadiana fans that already wrote this team off, that said that they didn't have a chance after that showing last week. All of a sudden, you're in a Zachary game, you're up 7-0 in the first quarter. I think a lot of people are going to jump back on the bandwagon, even if they just see this score to hear, hey, don't sleep on them right now. They're up 7-0. It's still Acadiana, right? It's still one of the powerhouses in this state. They're going to have a chance, and I think that they can win this football game. They've had a good game plan so far. The defense stepped up and stopped Zachary. They got the aid of a penalty, and then they busted it with the big run from Kennerson, take a 7-0 lead. Look, I'm telling you, Acadiana's not dead in the water this season. They had a really bad game. It can't get worse than that. It's only up, and so far in this first quarter, it's been up from what we saw last week.
So they're going to take the penalty that happened at the end of the touchdown run and put it towards the kickoff. Marquez kicks it away, and he kicks this one through the uprights. So Zachary's going to start this one at their own 20.
Penalties so far have really hurt Zachary, right? The 15-yarder on their third down.
20-yard line, first down,
forced them behind the sticks. We declined it, but then it ended up being the 4th down. And again on that play, they had pretty good success with the return game, and their special teams has been well. They give them a chance right there, kick it out of the end zone. So the penalties on both sides have kind of hurt the teams, and so far it's hurt Zachary a little bit more. But let's see what the defense can come in right now and answer and make their stamp on the game after a nice offensive drive right there.
With the success that the front seven's had so far against the Broncos, do you expect the Broncos to go more to the air on this drive?
I could definitely see that. We know the quarterback has the capability. We've seen him air it out a couple times. He had the one play where the guy ran out of bounds and didn't give him a chance. He had another play where the guy was wide open and he just missed it. So I can see him go back to that because I think they've had the right plays drawn up.
5-step drop. He's going to dump it off to his running back. It is complete for a short gain. I believe that was Tyleek Lewis, the junior running back, on the catch.
Yeah, but Acadiana had taken away that inside running game and not really allowing them much. Aside from that first run of the game, Zachary hasn't had much on the ground. I could see them definitely start to air it out. And like I mentioned, they did have two really good plays that they called the right play. The receivers made the right route, and the quarterback just either held the ball too long or didn't make the right throw. If they start connecting on some of those, that'll give them some confidence to move forward. So the secondary is going to have to be ready for those plays.
2nd and 7. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. H-back to the left of the formation. 5-step drop, looking downfield, rolls out near side. He's going to tuck it and run, and he'll be out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Give him a gain of 2. So, again, the Turks hold him to a 3rd and 5.
And, Cole, you can already see exactly what you predicted. The air game is starting to be where they go. The drop back, the pass game, finding the receivers, that's what they want to do. And right there, Acadiana did a great job of coverage down the field, not giving him anywhere to go with the football. He's had a tuck, gained a couple of yards, but much better than if he would have aired it out and had a big gain. So a nice job by the defense there. Secondary is up to the task. If they want to throw it, it looks like they're ready to play tonight.
3rd and 5. Kirby in the shotgun, running back behind him. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Takes the snap, hands it off. No, he's going to keep it and throw it across the middle. It's complete. He's across the 50 and will be tackled at the 50. Great tackle right there by number 3, Keon Lede. And just like you said, they're not strangers are going through the air.
That's right.
And especially to their big wide receiver, Ethan Kimmy.
Yeah, the passes that they're calling are the right plays. The two in the first drive were just misfires by the quarterback. But if they can connect on a couple of those, they're going to have that confidence. Now they're across the midfield. Now they can maybe try to run the football to set up that pass. But the running game not working for him. Zachary perfectly capable of passing the ball. And there you see him right there already across midfield.
1st and 10 for the Broncos. Ball across the 50 at the 48-yard line. Kirby takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off the middle. And Patton gets blown up behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Darius McKinley definitely making a mark on this game so far. Got a nice tackle there to kind of keep him in that box. And the running game not working for Zachary, right? Acadiana running game working for them, and the defense able to stuff the run. That's Acadiana football, and it's playing out right now. And look, this first quarter has gone pretty good so far.
Darius McKinley, obviously the younger brother of Dominic, committed to LSU with his brother. And he's been a difference maker so far in this first quarter. They're going to call that one no gain on the last play, not a loss. It'll be 2nd and 10 here, ball at the 48. Receiver comes across the motion. Stoppage of play here.
Flag.
Delay a game on the Broncos, and you said it, Nick, these penalties are killing them early.
Yeah, they've been a little bit undisciplined so far in this first quarter. Not a characteristic that you usually see from Coach Brooks and his teams. He's a very good coach, very organized, lives, eats, sleeps, and breathes football, and his team's usually much more disciplined than that. So I'm kind of interesting to see why this is happening. Or are they a little uneasy of playing Acadiana? You know, despite that game last week, Acadiana still comes in, has that certain aura about them. Or are they a little bit, just uneasy about what's going on right now?
2nd and 15, 3 receivers far side, 1 near side. Takes the snap, 5-step drop, looking. He's going to dump it across the middle. It's complete. He's across the 50, and he'll be brought down just past the 45 at about the 43-yard line. Short of the first down, so you're looking at about a 3rd and 5. There's another stoppage here. Is there a flag on the play, Nick?
I don't see a flag. Could it be an injury?
No, there is a flag right there at the midfield stripe. They're going to wave it off.
Flag is waved off.
Gotcha.
No flag.
That's the second consecutive little slant route right there that's gone for a big gain. So they've kind of found something to exploit there with the defense. That's an adjustment that the Wreckin Rams are going to have to make. It looked like they've seen something there on either on film or what the Rams are showing them defensively, that they can get that crossing pattern, that slant, and get a big gain. It's a nice gain for Zachary to kind of make it third and manageable.
3rd and 4 for the Broncos. Again, another opportunity for the Turks to step up right here. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side, H-back to the right of the formation. Handoff up the middle, pushing the pile, and second effort will get him about a 5-yard gain and a Bronco first down.
Yeah, that's a nice little play right there. That second effort, that push from the offensive line, kind of getting him a couple more yards and getting a first down. So just like that, Zachary in business right here with a couple of nice plays to get him across midfield and into the over across the 40-yard line, and they're looking like they're going to want to answer what Acadiana's done in the first quarter.
Yeah, Tyleek Lewis on that last carry, junior running back for the Broncos. He stays in the game right here alongside Michael Kirby, the quarterback. 2 receivers far side, 1 receiver near side, and an H back to the left of the formation. Handoff again up the middle. met just past the line of scrimmage, but I tell you what, this man keeps his feet moving. It'll be a 5-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Good run right there by Lewis.
The first time he got hit was almost at the line of scrimmage, but that second effort and the churning of the legs kind of made that happen. And the same thing happened on the previous play where he just keeps churning those legs, and that second effort gets him a big gain. And right now he's looking at 2nd and 5.
I want to give a quick shout out to my friends out in Judy's, Luke Burbank, Bam Williams. Always love seeing people tuning in to Wreckin' Ram Productions.
Bam the man.
2nd and 5. Kirby takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws across the middle. It's complete. Across the 10, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's going to be into the end zone. Ethan Kimmy, the junior wide receiver for the Broncos, able to take that slant route and break a couple of tackles and get it into the end zone. And that's been the problem so far for the Rams tonight, not be able to stop the pass across the middle of the field.
That slant pass is definitely a problem tonight for Acadiana. Everything else they seem to have an answer for. Everything else they seem to be prepared for. But that slant play, 3 big plays so far from Zachary on the slant. They got a touchdown right there to answer Acadiana, so we got a ball game.
Light show is pretty cool here, Nick, the LEDs that they have in the field. But Indy attempt the extra point. Boston Bentley. Snap is good, kick is up, kick is good. 7 seconds left in your first quarter. We'll take a quick commercial break. Stick around for more WRP on YouTube.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral here in Zachary, Louisiana. Zachary just coming off a touchdown pass to tie the game late here in the first quarter. Colin DeBetta back deep to receive, as well as Deion Simon. Would love to see one of these young men get their hands on the football and create a big special teams play this time around.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be nice to kind of get it back. It happened to us last week. We scored, and then they got the ensuing touchdown on the kickoff. It'd be nice to get a play right here against Zachary.
Boston Bentley, the kicker for the Broncos, tees it up at the 40-yard line. Kick is away. It's a short one. Should be able to receive it at the 5, and it's botched. Picks it up, and he's going to run it out. He's across the 10. Not able to break the 15, and that is exactly what we saw last week, Nick.
Yeah. Number 6. Yeah, that's part of that, what you said before the game, get out of the way, special teams get out of the way. That's not it. That's not doing it. That's exactly what we saw last week, just not able to bring those balls in. I know they had to have worked on it in practice this week, but yet it rears its head again, and again, you have a ball that's on the other side of the 15.
So that's going to be the end of your first quarter, and we're going to take another quick break before we start the second quarter. Stick around for WRP on YouTube. Welcome back to the Bronco Corral. Again, thank you for joining us on our first outdoor broadcast of the year. Again, this is a much more improved broadcast than last year, doing it on an iPhone and a couple of Amazon headsets. But, you know, we want to thank our crew, Mr. Denny Edwards, Mr. Bradley Gaho, and all of the kids here, you know, that all the students from Acadiana High. I want to say we have a crew of about 8 to 10 kids that are manning the cameras and doing various jobs around here, including running the commercials. And it's been a pleasure getting to know them today, a little behind the scenes work. But again, it starts with you fans. Thank you for tuning in as we have a tight one here to start the second quarter.
14-yard line. I don't think anybody was fooled in thinking that Acadiana was going to win this game 7-0. So we knew Zachary was going to come back and answer. That's exactly what they did on that drive.
1st and 10 Rams. Lamartina under center. Snap. Handoff. Kennerson. Not able to break a tackle. Give them a gain of maybe 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That's okay, though. You're kind of setting that tone and letting them know they're going to run the ball. And you know, Kennerson, he'll bust one, right? You stuff him a couple of times, and he's able to bust one. He's done it twice already this year, so you're never quite out of it with Troy Kennerson back there.
2nd and 9, ball at the 15. Acadiana's got 85 yards to go to punch this one in, folks. Would love to see, I mentioned methodical drive. We were able to get just that gash for 88 yards, but would like to see a strong drive here for the Rams and burn through this second quarter. Snap, handoff up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain.
This game is chippy. You're seeing a lot of post-play activity by the players where they're just getting into it, they're bustling, they're tackling, they don't stop at the whistle. So it's for whatever reason, it's really chippy down there. And I think that this game is going a little bit differently than maybe Zachary would have thought, right? Maybe they were reading some of those clippings from that game last week and thinking that this was going to be an easy one. And Acadiana has come and kind of punched and shown that they're up for the task.
Let's see if they roll out Lamartina here on 3rd and long, and they do. Rolls out near side, throws it downfield, one-on-one with DeBetta. Great defense right there by number 17. That's Jeremiah Smith, considered to be one of the best players on this team. And it's going to be 4th down for the Rams. They're going to have to punt.
Yeah, that ball might have been out of bounds even if it would have given Colin a chance. But nonetheless, still a pretty good ball, though, and at least gave Colin an opportunity to go up there and get it. Not sure if even Colin comes down with it, if he's even going to be in bounds, but sets up the 4th down for Acadiana, giving the ball right back to Zachary.
That's the 2nd or 3rd time tonight, Nick, that we saw Lamartina throw it deep on a rollout. I would prefer to just see him take a straight 3-step drop and then throw it. Let him set his feet and get some air behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
Josh Marquez back to punt. Bubba Jones back to receive for the Broncos. 2 seconds on the play clock. No flags, though. Punt is away. It's a wobbly one, but it's a good one. Going to be brought in at about the 47, across the 45, and that's where he'll be brought down, and that is where the Broncos will start their drive.
Not a bad punt there, but still you're so far back that you didn't quite flip the field, and now Zachary has the ball already across the 50, and so they got to be feeling pretty good about their chances right here. We've already seen them go for it on a 4th down on this side of the 50. So, you really would have liked Acadiana to sustain that drive a little more, at least get a couple of 1st downs even if you don't score. Giving the ball right back to Zachary is not a good spot.
1st and 10 for the Broncos. Ball is set at the 46-yard line. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. H back to the left of the formation. Handoff up the middle. Still moving the pile, still moving those legs. Give him a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Ball came out at the end, but it was definitely after the whistle. They had stopped the forward progress. But a nice play by Acadiana to kind of contain him in there. Only gave him a 3-yard gain. Still, the inside game really not working for him. The only thing Zachary's really had a lot of success with is that slant pass. So they're going to have to adjust to that if they decide to go back to the air.
Nick, I got to just make a little side comment. Whatever they're cooking out there on the pit, is smelling great coming across the press box right here. It smells phenomenal outside.
Give me a plate. I'll take a plate.
2nd and 7 for the Broncos. Wide receiver goes across the formation in motion. 5-step drop, looking for a screen pass. It's complete, and he has blockers. Across the 30, across the 20, across the 10, and he'll be brought down at about the 5-yard line. Well executed screen pass right there, completed to Jeremy Patton, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Broncos.
Beautiful play. Watch it develop. Acadiana had a free rusher coming all the way in. Are they doing the lights for a 1st down?
Yeah, I believe the press box may have, there you go. They may have gotten confused and thought it was a touchdown, and there may have been some pre-recorded light show happening right there.
I'll tell you what, very impressive by the Zachary quarterback there. That Acadiana had the free rusher. He was coming right at him, and he just let the play develop. Last minute, popped it up to his running back, and a nice screen play for Zachary.
1st and goal, Zachary. Handoff up the middle.
Flag.
That's going to be a false start on the Broncos. We'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9.
27, Patton on the carry.
Another one of those examples, Nick, of just kind of, a sloppy start for the Broncos. Definitely, obviously on the scoreboard it's a tied game, so it hasn't hurt them too badly.
Right.
But definitely not the start that you're used to seeing from a Brewerton-led football team.
100%. And I feel like the only reason that Acadiana is really, feeling like they're in this game is because of those penalties, right? They were aided both ways by the offense and the defense, aided by the penalties to kind of keep Acadiana in this football game. Without the penalties, I think Zachary has a pretty good control on this game. So even on that 3rd down play where Acadiana got off the field, the penalty kind of pushed them back, forced them into that 4th down.
1st and goal from the 9, handoff. Looking for a hole. Not able to find much of one, but he keeps the pile pushing, and it'll be spotted at the 6-yard line. Give him a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6.
Would be really huge to hold Zachary to 3 right here. I mean, they had the big play, a nice touchdown-saving tackle, saved him from getting in the end zone. If you can hold him to 3 right here, that would be a big moral victory for the Wreckin Rams to kind of keep him out of the end zone and get the ball back and try to take this lead.
I want to give another shout-out, Nick, to one of our big fans, Miss Cheryl Gilmore, tuning in tonight.
Where's she at this week?
Usually she's from Hawaii, but I think she might be at home.
All over the country.
Handoff, up the middle, looking for a lane. Keeps his feet moving and squirts into the end zone. That's Tyleek Lewis, and that's another 6 points for the Broncos. Able to squirm his way through that pile of bodies at about the 5-yard line and jump into the end zone.
I tell you what, he didn't go down in that first contact. If he gets hit and he keeps those legs moving and he finds his way for a few more yards, that time the few more yards just so happened to be the end zone, and Zachary strikes again to take a 13-7 lead.
Boston Bentley on the kick for the Zachary Broncos. Snap is good, kick is away. Kick is good. 8:27 left to go in your second quarter, and the Zachary Broncos take the lead 14-7. We'll go ahead and take a short break. Stick around for more WRP on.
And if you know, you know. Southern Classic Chicken is a North Louisiana favorite. Famous for crispy chicken and that pepper on the side. And they kept it simple, fresh, and full of flavor. And now, for the first time, they're franchising. And guess what? Lafayette, the Hub City, is the very first franchise location. I'm excited because I've heard great things about the chicken. And you know, one thing about people here in Southwest Louisiana, we love good food, and we understand that's what we can expect with Southern Classic Chicken.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral here in Zachary. Zachary just punched in another touchdown to take a 14-7 lead against your Wreckin Rams, but they're holding tough so far. Back deep to receive number 6, Colin DeBetta. And I believe that's Deion Simon, number 8, your running back. Wants to kick Boston Bentley for the Broncos. Let's see if he opts to kick this one through the end zone or give our returners a chance here. It's a low-line drive. Bounces at the 5. And will go into the end zone, so your Wreckin Rams will start this drive at the 20-yard line.
Cool, if you remember, this was the part of the game last week that kind of turned around. This was it. The Rams were down 14-7, and we were actually talking about stopping Zachary, getting the ball, and maybe getting the ball at halftime. Remember all that? And then it just kind of imploded from there. So hopefully the Wreckin Rams didn't make a special teams blunder there. They let the ball go to the end zone. They're going to get the ball at the 20-yard line. Hopefully the offense can sustain a drive because the Broncos actually get the ball at halftime this week. So a touchdown here would be really big because since Zachary gets the ball back, you don't want to give them the ball and have that chance for them to make it, take it. So Acadiana needs to burn that clock, control the ball, and hopefully find it, cap it with a touchdown in the end zone.
1st and 10, Veer Machine. Ball at the 20. Lamartina under center, 2 receivers to the far side. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle. That's Kinnerson, met at the line of scrimmage. Give him a gain of 1, it'll be 2nd and 9. You can tell this Zachary defensive line is really keying on Troy Kinnerson.
Yeah, rightfully so. I mean, he already busted one for an 88-yard touchdown. So they know Kinnerson is capable of finding that hole and busting it for a big one. And we've seen running backs over the years for Acadiana do that, right, where they might get 1 yards, and the other team thinks they have them locked up, and all of a sudden they bust that big one and get a nice gain. That's what Kinnerson already did. So, yeah, the Zachary defense is definitely adjusted to that, and they're zeroing in on Troy.
8 seconds left on the play clock. Acadiana's got to get out there. 2 receivers far side. Lamartina under center. Takes the snap. Handoff. This is to Colin DeBetta. Breaks the tackle. He's across the 30. He's across the 40. Tries to cut back in. Going to get across the 50-yard line. And that's another Wreckin Ram first down by the young wide receiver, Colin DeBetta.
Yeah, that's a nice play from Colin. Something we don't really see him doing a whole lot is rushing the football, but that time he gets the ball in a little end around and takes it for a nice gain across the 50. Acadiana in business right here.
Good to see DeBetta get involved in the offense in some capacity. He was really limited last week, and you know, whether you're throwing it to him, handing it to him, he's such an elite playmaker that you got to find a way to get the ball in his hands. I would say on virtually every drive, Nick.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Rams. Ball at the 46. Snap. DeBetta's going to roll out far side, dumps it across the field. He's got a man. He's across the 30, across the 20, cuts back in. He'll be brought down just shy of the 10-yard line, and that's another big Wreckin Ram first down.
That is allowing Tyler Martinez to run the offense to his strengths, right? We've seen him do that rollout play, and maybe we
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral. Thank you for hanging tough with us as we work through some technical difficulties. Handoff across the first down marker. That's a great run right there by Jeremy Patton, and it's going to be another Bronco first down at about the 50-yard line. Once again, thank you for staying, for giving us a little grace here as we're on the road tonight, our first away broadcast, especially having to work outside of the press box. If you missed it, Troy Kennerson with the second touchdown of the night, tying this one up at 14. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Zachary moving the football, 1st and 10 at the 50. Two receivers far side, one in the near side, H back to the left of the formation. Kirby in the shotgun takes the snap, hands off up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, and this time the Terrible Turks do a great job of pushing him backwards, only give him a gain of 1.
And I guarantee you what Zachary's doing here is trying to control that ball, burn that clock, and make sure Acadiana doesn't get the ball back, make sure that they can have that opportunity for the make it take it. That's why they haven't really gone to the air. Now they may try to mix it up and go to the air here to kind of get the touchdown, but with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half, they don't want to give Acadiana that ball. They want to have that chance for the make it take it.
Very impressed with Acadiana tonight. This is what we expected, week 1. And they were able to, they're hanging tough so far in this one, folks. 2nd and 9. 3 receivers near side, 1 far side, 5-step drop. Kirby looking. Pocket breaks down. He's going to run. He's across the 45. They'll mark him at about the 45, and it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Tackled by number 7.
Yeah, the play kind of broke down. Didn't really have anybody. The secondary is really doing a good job on the deep routes, right? The underneath slant passes are giving them trouble, but on the deep routes, they're really covering them. The problem is once that happens, the quarterback takes the ball and he gets a nice gain right there. He picks up 5 and set up that 3rd and manageable. But if the Wreckin Rams could have stayed home on the defensive line and got him there for a gain either at the line or maybe for a couple, instead the quarterback gets a nice gain, sets up this 3rd and 5.
Takes the snap, handoff. No, he's going to keep it himself. Kirby on a quarterback keeper. And he'll get enough for a Bronco first down. Good play action right there. Able to use his legs and move the sticks.
Very good play action right there by Kirby. And he keeps the ball and gets the play. I thought the running back had it. I think most people did. And the running back had a nice fake. Just a great play call. Great execution by Zachary to get it across the first down marker. And now they're setting up across the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 Broncos. Ball at the 38-yard line. 2 receivers each side of the formation. Moves them in motion. 3 receivers near side now. Kirby, snap. Ball's on the ground. He's going to jump on the football, but it's going to be a big-time loss for the Broncos, and the Wreckin Rams catch a break right there.
Yeah, very fortunate for Acadiana to catch that break, and undisciplined and mistakes for Zachary are keeping this game close, and they're letting Acadiana hang around, and Acadiana is feeling pretty good about it. Even though they're maybe not doing a lot of it on their own, they're still in this football game. And now Zachary's looking at a 2nd and very long, 28 to go, and they just keep kicking themselves in the foot and allowing Acadiana to gain that confidence that they're going to need to maybe pull this one out at the end.
I tell you what, I appreciate the PA announcer for doing the math for us, because I was gonna chalk it up to just a 2nd and long, but it's 2nd and 28. Takes the snap, 3-step drop, still looking, throws it across the middle.
Slant.
He finds a man, met right away though, and a great job right there by number 22, Gavin Highsall, the senior defensive back. It is a completion, but it is a 3rd and very long.
Yeah, nice tackle by Gavin. It's almost, you almost think that you want to pick up a couple of big chunks if you're Zachary right there, and that's what they did. Picked up a nice little chunk play. That underneath pass, giving Acadiana fits right there. Luckily, it wasn't for a huge gain, still setting up a 3rd and 24. 3rd and a mile, 3rd and Livingston?
I think if I'm Acadiana right here, I'm not so worried about the deep ball. I'm trying to take away the short screens and whatnot, because that's actually the biggest plays that the Broncos have had so far is on shorter completions. Low snap. Handoff on a draw play. Not able to break a tackle. I think they were just looking for a couple of punting yards right there, Nick, and that's a smart play. Jeremy Patton on the carry for a short gain. It'll be 4th down, and it should be a punt right here from the Broncos.
And Acadiana smartly takes the timeout. They have 2 remaining. They'll get the ball back with about a minute, maybe a little under a minute, and see if Ty can maybe march them down the field and get a touchdown. We know that Kenderson's capable to take one play to the end zone from wherever he is on the field. So there's no reason why you can't do that here if you just get the ball back. And so a nice job by Acadiana saving those timeouts for the end of the first half here, getting the ball back, because you know Zachary's getting it after halftime. So Acadiana needs to try to do something right here and get points on the board.
1:06 is the time on the clock, so Acadiana will have, and they have all 3 timeouts, Nick, you mentioned it. They will have a chance to do something with the ball if they want to.
They'll be down to 2 after taking that one, but yeah, they did save all their timeouts for right here.
They didn't take, 2 timeouts. So it will be Colin DeBetta doing the returning on this punt.
And if he can break one and even get you to the 40 or around the 40, you start to feel like you really got a chance to do something here in this last minute of this first half.
Christian Cozy back to punt for the Broncos. Keep in mind, folks, this is the same kid that dropped one at the 2-yard line earlier in the first quarter. DeBetta giving them the respect he deserves. He's back at the 10-yard line. Snap is a good one. The punt is away. It's high and deep. Brought in. No, it's going to take a bounce and brought in at the 5. DeBetta looking for a lane, and he'll be tripped up. No, he keeps his feet across the 10, and he'll get about an extra 8 yards right there. We thought he was going to, get shoestring, but he was able to keep his feet, getting another 8 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams with about 54 seconds left to go.
Hey, Cole, you made the point earlier about getting the ball in Collins' hands and good things will happen. He's just a playmaker. Remember last year we would talk about Russell Babineau in that regards, right? You just wanted to find a way to get Russell the football because good things were going to happen. Russell, of course, now playing for the Raging Cajuns, so he's not an option for us tonight. But Colin kind of has that similar kind of feel for the offense where if you just give him the ball, he's going to make some good things happen.
One of my good friends, Isom Caesar, tuning in tonight from Judy's, as is the Scriber family. I've been told the Scriber boys are down there on the sideline. Nick, I heard, he got a break from Nichols because it's a bye week, so he was able to come in tonight and catch the game. So glad to hear the Scriber family tuning in.
Bro.
Oh,
you know everybody.
Oh, the city of Scott tuning in, Bob.
Man.
Waiting for play to resume here again. 55 seconds left to go in the first half. Acadiana hanging tough. Looking much better this week. 2 receivers, far side. Lamartina will be under center. Takes the snap. He's going to roll far side. Pulls up to throw, and he does.
Oh,
dangerous pass right there. Woo! Tipped away by number 43 middle linebacker Donovan Breathley, but, you were inches away from maybe having a pick six right there right before the half.
Very dangerous pass, but you know what? If the play doesn't get made there by the defender, it would have been a nice gain. The throw was there, but it was just a heck of a play from Zachary to kind of snuff it out. And you're right, maybe an inch higher or an inch inside of what happened, and you have a completely different outcome on that play. Nonetheless, Acadiana lives to fight another down.
2nd and 10. 2 receivers far side. Lamartina under center. Snap. Handoff up the middle. Not able to break a tackle. Give them a gain of 1 or 2. We'll call it 3rd and 8. And the Broncos are going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with them. Stick around for Wreckin' Ram Productions here on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Let's get it.
Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral. Your Wreckin' Rams face a 3rd and 6. Backed up on their side of the field. In 43 seconds before halftime, I'm expecting them to just hand this one off. And, Zachary might burn a timeout, but, you punt it away and you get yourself to the halftime title. Listen, if you'd have told me before the game this would be a tie game going into halftime, I would take that.
Taking it all day.
Seeing what we did last week.
And not only that, if you run the football here, there is a chance that you could break it and bust it for a big
It's
game.
the veer machine, baby. It happens sometimes. 3rd and 6. Handoff. DeBetta. Far side, trying to turn the corner. He does. He's across the 20, right at the stick. Let's see where they spot him. I think he'll be a yard or 2 short.
Number 6, Colin DeBetta on the carry.
There is a flag on the play.
Knocked out of bounds by Herd Broncos. There is a flag on the play.
Have to wait and see what the call down is on the field, but I would imagine it's in the area of holding.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be against Acadiana. And maybe that play doesn't happen without the hold, but again, getting the ball in Collins' hands, he kind of made something happen. It looked like it was kind of a dead situation, but he made something happen and got close to the sticks there. Now, it probably doesn't happen without the hold, but nonetheless, I like the idea of getting Colin involved more in the offense in different ways.
The holding will be against Acadiana, and that will back them up. That will be an accepted penalty. Or maybe not, Nick. There's some confusion down on the field and more stoppage. Okay, there you go. On the far side, they were moving the chain back, half the distance to the goal, and then the head referee had to say, no, penalty has been declined.
I thought Colin gained a few more yards than they're giving him. It looked a little closer to the first down than what they ended up giving him down there, if they declined the penalty.
Yeah, confusion still down on there we go. They're changing the stick now. Bear with us, folks. Like I said, we're outside of the press box. We're getting information, with our eyes. I'm looking down on the far side of the field at these sticks, but it will be about a 4th and 5. And I hope we don't get tricky here, Nick.
Well, I hope we don't fake a punt. You can't fake another
Like I
punt.
said last week, no comment. There's a timeout down on the field. We'll go ahead and take another timeout as well. Stick around for more WRP here on YouTube.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Zachary tree service, caring for trees, preserving beauty.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral. 35 seconds before halftime. Your Wreckin Rams have the ball, but it is 4th and 5. Backed up in their end zone. We saw it last week, and you mentioned it just before the commercial break. We tried a little fakery here at this point last week, but I would just like to punt this thing away, go into halftime tied up. I think everybody would be okay with that result.
Well, you definitely would hope that, being that you made that blunder last week, one of the biggest blunders that we've ever seen, and you would maybe learn from that and not do it again. So I don't think they're going to fake a punt here. But I do like this chess match that we've seen at the end of this first half, right? Zachary trying to keep the ball and do the make it take it, calling the timeouts. Acadiana trying to get a score and run the clock out so Zachary doesn't get that make it take it. So it's been kind of fun to watch these coaches hang on to their timeouts, use them strategically, try to play that chess match, that game within the game. Who's going to get the ball? Who's going to keep the ball? Not giving you the ball with enough time to score and stuff like that has been kind of fun to experience.
It's going to be 4th and 4, and Lamartina is under center. Hard count, nothing doing. Not sure what we're doing, Nick, but Acadiana burns another timeout.
Might have been a situation where Ty was just trying to get him to jump and trying to get him to get that first down on the jump, but they don't jump, they don't get the ball, and Acadiana wastes another timeout.
We're going to go ahead and keep it here with 35 seconds left to go in the half. And Nick, let's just talk about the game, from a broad view. What have you been the most impressed tonight, whether it be offense or defense?
The fact that the score is tied is what I'm impressed with, and the defense really containing the run game of Zachary. We thought that they might have a little bit of success with that run game. It hasn't happened. They have passed. I would like to see the defense improve a little bit. And Ty just overall has a more command of the offense. We saw as the game went on last week, he did start to feel a little bit more comfortable. By the time he felt comfortable, the game was maybe out of hand, so it didn't make a difference. But you did feel like he did have command of the game. Today he comes out. He established that he has command of the offense. He's gotten feisty a little bit with the defense, and you can see that the team overall just has more cohesion than they had last week.
Josh Marquez is into punt, and Bubba Jones, the wide receiver for the Broncos, back to receive at about the 50-yard line. Snap is good. The punt is away, but it's a wobbly one. Wobbly one that bounces at the 40. Going to check up at about the 45-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will have it with 27 seconds left to go in the half.
And here's something to keep an eye on for the end of this first half. We know that Zachary has a kicker that can kick the ball through the uprights. He can kick field goals. We saw him kicking them from 50 in the pregame. He has a leg. So if Zachary even gets 10 to 15 more yards, they'll be well within field goal range to put some more points on the board and play that make it take it. So this is a bit unfortunate right here. You need the Terrible Turks to step up, not allow them to even gain any yards. Because if they do, they're going to be thinking about kicking going into halftime.
That's an absolute great point, Nick. Yeah, you're talking you only need about 15 yards to get that man in field goal range. Drop back, throws it. out of bounds. It was kind of an out route. He was looking for Tracoby Reams, his junior wide receiver, who led the team in receiving last week, but just was not able to hook up right there. You can definitely tell they're trying to run some sideline routes right here.
Yeah, and honestly, everybody was covered. Like, the secondary's done a really good job on those wide out plays where they're trying to spread the field out. Now, the underneath has kind of caught them a couple of times, but whenever they're going out wide and running go routes, the secondary for Acadiana has done a really good job of covering them up.
2nd and 10, ball at the 45. 23 seconds on the clock, and that is going to be encroachment or maybe a false start.
Flag on the play.
He's definitely pointing out. The referees
they're pointing at
together.
each other.
Yeah, they're pointing at each other.
But the offensive lineman clapped his hands in kind of frustration, so I'm thinking this is going to be a false start, Nick.
We'll see what they say.
It will be a false start against the Broncos.
False start called on the Broncos.
Acadiana catches another break right there, so that'll back the Broncos up 5 yards to midfield, and it'll be 2nd and 15 with 23 seconds left to go in this half.
And with the field goal being in play, that's a big 5 yards, right? Because if you're thinking, oh, we're gonna have to score a touchdown where you're 50 or 45, that's gonna make a difference. But when they have a kicker to the stature that they have on this team, and you know the field goal is in play, that 5 yards could end up being the difference between them going for it and not.
2nd and 15. Kirby takes the snap, rolls far side, looking downfield. He throws it deep downfield, and he's got a man. It's caught at the 20, but he'll be brought down at the 10-yard line, and that's a heck of a job bringing him down just before the half, because what could have been 6 might end up being 3.
Yes, that's a huge touchdown-saving tackle. Could be the difference in this ball game. If they're able to keep Zachary out of the end zone here, they're more than likely going to kick the ball. So a nice tackle right there by Acadiana. That's gonna be a great play on the highlight reel.
Kirby gets under center and spikes the ball right there. Bubba Jones on that big reception right there. I mean, what a perfect corner route.
Yes.
Just you completely roll Kirby out to the far side of the field, and he's just able to basically lay one up deep on a corner route from Bubba Jones. But again, I didn't get a number, but a great tackle right there by the defensive back for the Rams to keep them out of the end zone, because, you know, a 17-14 game feels a lot different than 21-14.
Especially with Zachary getting the ball at halftime. If they go up 21-14, getting the ball coming out of half, it's going to be almost insurmountable if they were able to score there.
Kirby throws it to the end zone, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. A great ball right there by Kirby. But the wide receiver not able to hang on to that one.
It's a little hard to see the number, but I want to say that was Gavin Highsaw, number 22, that came up with that break. He kind of broke out from the safety position and made that play at the end, but a nice break up there for Acadiana. Got to keep him out of the end zone here. It's tough. I know that Zachary's going to have one more chance at the end zone before they have to make a decision on 4th down, but if you can stop him here, it's going to be really big going into the halftime.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They don't have any timeouts
No,
yet.
they're out of timeout.
So if this play gets extended, or let's say he gets a sack, drops back to pass, it's going to be another fade route in the end zone, and this time it's caught.
There's some mismatch on the outside right there. They had it both times. A nice play from Highsaw on 2nd down to break it up. They went back to the exact same play, and the safety help wasn't there. Made the play and got 6.
That's a situation, Nick, where, you know, if you get beat on something like that, I would rather you basically commit a pass interference and get half the distance to the goal with only 2 seconds on the clock, and you know, you make Zachary, you force them to do something different, maybe probably even kick a field goal.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they're able to get on the board right before halftime. Kick is up. Kick is good. We'll go ahead and keep it here with 2 seconds left in the half, but really disappointing into the half, barring any fireworks from our special teams.
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow for multiple reasons. Number one, this game has gone so well and so much better than I think most people thought, right? Especially after last week's performance, a lot of people just kind of wrote Acadiana off and didn't think they even had a chance to stick with a team like Zachary, and they came in here and showed that that's not true. They put 14 points on the board and had them tied, and you really would have liked them to either go into halftime tied or at 17-14 because Zachary gets that ball coming out at halftime. So with Zachary up 21-14 and getting the ball you really feel like this game you could be losing control of this game, but there's still a lot of football to come out, and if you come out of the second half and stuff Zachary, get the ball back, then you're in business. But we'll see how that plays out. But so far, I think this game has gone a lot better than we were thinking. I mean, even when we were talking about on the way up here, just talking about what was going to happen, what we were predicting, none of that is going on. It's not a 42-7 halftime score like we saw last week. Zachary's not running it all over the football field and doing what they want. Now, Zachary's kicking themselves with a bunch of penalties. But so far, I'd say Acadiana's played a pretty good game. And again, like we talked about in the pregame, if Acadiana happens to drop this game, that's not bad. Zachary's a really good football team. We just wanted to see him come out and fight and show a little bit, and show some heart, show some organization, and show that they knew what they were doing. I think they've done that so far tonight. So it's been a pretty impressive first half for Acadiana despite being down on the scoreboard.
I agree completely, Nick. This is a totally different football game than we saw week one. And like you said, as long as you keep it competitive and respectable, you'll breathe a lot more life into the program than what we saw last week at Bill Dotson. I want to give a couple of shout-outs. Miss Kim Robichaux, Mr. Chad Tronha, Brooke Burbank, and Reagan Ferry are tuning in tonight from Judy's. We honestly want to thank all of you guys once again for tuning in to Wreckin' Ram Productions, our first road broadcast of the year, and it's been a good one. Kick is away. Kick is out of bounds, but touched by a Ram.
Bentley's kick is tipped out of bounds by number 11, Mikhail.
There is a flag down at the 25. I'm a little confused with this one, Nick, because number 11 for the Wreckin' Rams, Mikhail Narcisse, did touch the ball at about the 25, and yeah, they're going to wave it off. I'm not sure why he just wouldn't have let that ball go out of bounds. You would have got it, around the 35 or 40.
Right, yeah, I don't know what the thought process was, but nonetheless, that allows the clock to run out, and that's the end of the first half. But again, I've already said it right before that, but you're down 21-14. I think you're still in a pretty good spot now. The worst part about it is Zachary does get the ball coming out of halftime, like we've mentioned multiple times already. So it's going to be critical for the defense to come out, stuff them, and get the ball back into the offense's hands. But we couldn't really ask for much better of a first half, aside from if maybe we were up on the scoreboard. Being down on the scoreboard is unfortunate, but Acadiana came out, they played, they showed some fight, showed some competitiveness, and this game is still in the balance, right? Acadiana still has a chance to win, which wasn't the case last week at halftime. So I would say I'd tip my hat to the coaches for correcting those mistakes and coming out and having a nice performance in the first half against Zachary.
Nick, I also want to mention to the fan back home, last year's game at Bill Dotson was tight around the halftime, and Acadiana actually had a great second half to pull away and win the game. So this game is definitely not decided, but it's so refreshing to see us come into this one much more prepared. We are absolutely playing the Wreckin' Ram brand of football, and that's something that makes us excited going forward, and something we were hoping to see against a talented team like Zachary. But it is halftime, and the Zachary Broncos lead this one 21-14 against your Wreckin' Rams. We're going to take a break for halftime, but stick around when we come back to start the second half. You're watching WRP on YouTube.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Dusson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Dusson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, the po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. Every Thursday through Sunday, we turn up the charm with live music, as well as our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every Saturday morning. So come down to Knox and Dusson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Dusson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. STAR sets the standard on service.
STAR is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what STAR does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, STAR is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
STAR and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
And if you know, you know. Southern Classic Chicken is a North Louisiana favorite. Famous for crispy chicken and that pepper on the side. And they kept it simple, fresh, and full of flavor. And now, for the first time, they're franchising. And guess what? Lafayette, the hub city, is the very first franchise location. I'm excited because I've heard great things about the chicken. And you know, one thing about people here in Southwest Louisiana, we love good food, and we understand that's what we can expect with Southern Classic Chicken.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace. No trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Doosan, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Doosan, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, to po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. Every Thursday through Sunday, we turn up the charm with live music, as well as our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every Saturday morning. So come down to Knox and Doosan, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Doosan, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with STAR and Acadiana High School started this spring when they awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. STAR sets the standard on service.
STAR is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what STAR does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, STAR is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
STAR and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
And if you know, you know, Southern Classic Chicken is a North Louisiana favorite, famous for crispy chicken and that pepper on the side. And they've kept it simple, fresh, and full of flavor. And now, for the first time, they're franchising. And guess what? Lafayette, the hub city, is the very first franchise location. I'm excited because I've heard great things about the chicken. And you know, one thing about people here in Southwest Louisiana, we love good food, and we understand that's what we can expect with Southern Classic Chicken.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Doosan, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Doosan, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, the po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. Every Thursday through Sunday, we turn up the charm with live music, as well as our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every Saturday morning. So come down to Knox and Doosan, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Doosan, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. STAR sets the standard on service.
STAR is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what STAR does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, STAR is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
STAR and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
And if you know, you know, Southern Classic Chicken is a North Louisiana favorite, famous for crispy chicken and that pepper on the side. And they kept it simple, fresh, and full of flavor. And now, for the first time, they're franchising. And guess what? Lafayette, the hub city, is the very first franchise location. I'm excited because I've heard great things about the chicken. And you know, one thing about people here in Southwest Louisiana, we love good food, and we understand that's what we can expect with Southern Classic Chicken.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace. No trouble. Give me your arm.
Nope, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Doosan, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Doosan, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, the po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. Every Thursday through Sunday, we turn up the charm with live music, as well as our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every Saturday morning. So come down to Knox and Doosan, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Doosan, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with STAR and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. STAR sets the standard on service.
STAR is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what STAR does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, STAR is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
Star and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
And if you know, you know. Southern Classic Chicken is a North Louisiana favorite, famous for crispy chicken and that pepper on the side. And they kept it simple, fresh, and full of flavor. And now, for the first time, they're franchising. And guess what? Lafayette, the hub city, is the very first franchise location. I'm excited because I've heard great things about the chicken. And you know, one thing about people here in Southwest Louisiana, we love good food, and we understand that's what we can expect with Southern Classic Chicken.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
Nope, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Dusson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Dusson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, the po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. Every Thursday through Sunday, we turn up the charm with live music, as well as our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every Saturday morning. So come down to Knox and Dusson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Dusson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. STAR sets the standard on service.
STAR is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what STAR does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, STAR is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
Star and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
Y'all ready? Yes, sir.
Oh, there it is.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral here in Zachary, Louisiana. Again, your Wreckin Rams taking on the Zachary Broncos. Broncos leading this one 21-14 at halftime. It's been an exciting first half. A nice breath of fresh air. Acadiana really competing in this one, doing a lot of things right. Zachary, shooting themselves in the foot in a lot of ways, keeping the Rams in it. But nonetheless, they're playing a lot better brand of Wreckin Ram football in week 2, and that's all we could have asked for after last week. So truly, after this first half performance, you could really turn the page and close the book on the Ruston game, is what I'm thinking, Nick.
I would say that's fair. I'd say we talked to multiple people at the halftime who were basically echoing those sentiments, right? Where it's like, yeah, you're down 21-14, and Zachary's getting the ball at half, and you might drop this game, but at the same time, the way they've played has been pretty inspiring, and that's what was missing last week. There was no fire, there was no heart, there was no anything really, right? The team was disorganized. It seemed like they were poorly prepared. It seemed like everything that could go wrong, every negative that you could have, Acadiana had it last week. That hasn't happened this week. And even though you're not up in the scoreboard and Zachary kind of has the momentum in this game right now, the way they've played, the competitive spirit they've shown, that's what we were looking for tonight. And you have to, if you're going to talk down on the coaches and players, if you're going to, criticize them for the way they played last week, you have to give them credit for the way they played this week. And, sometimes you can go out there and give effort and give 100%, and the other guy is better. You just tip his hat to him. But, there's a lot of football left to be played in this game. If you remember last year against Zachary, it was an ugly, muddy, rainy game. But the game was close at halftime, and Acadiana didn't pull away until the fourth quarter. So there's a lot of football to be played. Acadiana's not out of it, and that's really all you can ask for. Down by 1 score at halftime, and feeling like if you did a few things a little bit better, if you execute a few more plays, you have a chance to win the football game. And it's been a while since we watched a football game from Acadiana where you felt like they didn't have a chance to win the game. That's what was so disheartening about last week. And this week, you definitely feel like they have a chance to win this football game, and that's what we were looking for. They came out and responded. So, like I said, kudos to the coaches and players for answering the bell on some of those people that might have written them off. They came here tonight and shown, don't write us off yet. We still have a lot of football to be played. It's a long season, and Acadiana hasn't lost everything that they've built over the last 20 years.
Great points all around, Nick. Again, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to Wreckin Ram Productions. And here's your second half kickoff. Marquez kicks it deep. It's going to be let go and bounces into the end zone. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Broncos. They'll start at their 20-yard line. So again, 21-14, the Broncos lead this one. Would be really nice to see the Turks go ahead and force a 3-and-out. And I think that's a way that you can really create momentum and put the ball back in the hands of the offense. But, Zachary's found a little bit of success with short passes and some deep ones, too, towards the end of the half. But that's the one thing. If you can take away the explosive plays, you really give yourself a chance to win this ball game.
I also think a big key for this second half is, did Zachary adjust at halftime? Did they clean up some of those discipline actions that they had in the first half?
Kirby takes the snap. He's going to hand. No, it's a fumble. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Darius McKinley. It seemed to be a little bit of confusion at the mesh point. The ball popped into the air, so credit to Kirby by keeping the possession. But Darius McKinley sniffed that one out.
And Zachary continues to bite themselves in the butt, and Acadiana taking advantage of it right there. Nice play by McKinley, snuffing that out, getting in the backfield, making that stop, putting Zachary behind the sticks here for a 2nd and long.
2nd and 12. 2 receivers far side, 1 on the near side. H-back lined up to the right of the formation. Kirby in the shotgun. Play clock's at 5. Snap is away, 5-step drop is going to be a short pass. Breaks the first wave of tacklers. It's going to be a very nice gain of about 10, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Broncos.
Nice little gain right there. And Kirby does a really good job of letting the play develop in front of him. He doesn't rush it. The play was there about maybe a second earlier than he let the ball go, but he let it develop a little bit, let the block set up, then delivered it to the receiver, and he made a nice play for a big gain. So that screen pass is working for Zachary right now, and it's hit Acadiana a couple times so far tonight.
Number 85, Derek Bradford, the junior wide receiver on that catch. Kirby looking to the sideline for the play. 10 seconds on the play clock, 3rd and 2. Can the Turks stand tough here? Takes the snap. Handoffs up the middle, met behind the line of scrimmage, and that's Darius McKinley once again.
What a night he's having tonight. He's made an impact from the very first play from scrimmage. Darius McKinley has made an impact on this game. He's showing why he's going to be playing in Baton Rouge next year to join his brother Dominic. He's just had an impact on this game, something that we were hoping for at the beginning of the season. Didn't happen last night or last week. Everything was kind of going wrong for Acadiana. McKinley makes his play. 2 plays on that drive alone where McKinley was the man that made the stop and forces Zachary into a punt. Great job by the defense there to get the ball back to the veer machine.
There's your 3 and out, Nick. Cozy is back to punt for the Broncos. Back deep to receive for your Wreckin' Rams is Keon Leday, the senior defensive back. And listen, don't get fancy here. If they punt it away, let it bounce, catch it, whatnot. Just, like I said, special teams, stay out of the way. 4th and 3. 8 seconds on the play clock. Snap. Punt is away. It's a good one. A nice deep spiral. And they're going to let it go. It's going to check up. And it's going to check. Jones stands at about the 25-yard line. Marquez, the snap is good. The kick is away. This is a better punt. Nice high, deep kick. Brought in at the 20, and he's blown up. Great job by the special teams unit right there. Looks like it was number 86 on the tackle, Aiden Pierce, the junior defensive lineman.
And I like the decision for Acadiana to punt the football right there, right? It shows that you're not panicking. You're not in this frantic frenzy to hurry up and get these points and tie this game. You're in the game. There's 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Plenty of football left. for you to be able to play. And with the way your defense is playing right now, the way they came out in the second half and made that stop, give them a chance to give you the ball back. So I like the decision there. You're right in that no man's land where maybe you would think about going for it and decide to punt and get Zachary back into flipping the field.
Speaking of no man's land, Nick, if you guys remember, we are calling this game outside. I am right behind a post on this play, guys, so bear with me. Kirby in the shotgun, takes the snap, 5-step drop, rolls far side, throws it downfield, one-on-one coverage, but it's underthrown, and it's picked off. It's picked off by number 15, J.L. Malbrew, the senior defensive back. And Acadiana's Veer Machine is going to have wonderful field position to start this drive. The defense comes up with a turnover.
That was Kirby's ugliest pass of the night. Something happened where it just wobbled out of his hand, never had a chance to get where it was going, and Malbrew wasn't even looking at the ball. And all of a sudden, he turns around and looks up, and the ball's coming down. Kind of loses his footing a little bit, catches the ball, secures the interception, and Acadiana has the ball across the 50.
You have a better view than me. That ball wasn't tipped or anything, right? It just came out his hand.
It just came out of his hand weird. It was just wobbling. It was literally a wobbling duck in the end zone, in the air, and Malbrew comes up with the interception.
Nonetheless, 1st and 10 for your Veer Machine. Ball will be at the 44-yard line, and it's important to get in the end zone in this drive, Nick, for the momentum, for the confidence.
I totally agree. They have to sustain a drive here and punch it in, tie this football game up.
Lamartina takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls near side, pulls up, trying to break a tackle. His offensive lineman runs into him, and he's going to lose about 4 yards. Just a blown-up play is all you can call that one.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, we've had a little bit of success with that play, with Ty rolling out and throwing it. But right there, Zachary snuffed it out and made the play. So, good job from the Zachary defense to make that happen. But I don't necessarily think that's a play that you don't run again. You've shown that Ty's comfortable making that play, rolling out and able to do it. I wouldn't mind if they called it again, and maybe they'll have some success with it. That time it just didn't work out.
2nd and 14. 6:45 left to go in the third quarter. Zachary leading this one 21-14. 7 seconds on the play clock. We got to get on the ball here, guys. Got to get under center here, guys.
Not going to happen.
Acadiana's going to have to burn a timeout. Just was not able to break the huddle with enough time. No, they're going to call delay a game. They didn't get the timeout off in time.
Flag on the play. Acadiana called for delay of game.
The game clock
I can see
different.
5 yards brings up 2nd down, 19 to go.
I could see Dotson on the far side, right in the ear of the ref, trying to hit that timeout. I guess he didn't get it in time, and it goes from bad to worse for the Wreckin' Rams on this drive. What was a 2nd and 14 is now 2nd and 19.
The play clocks are out of sync. So you can see where sometimes the play clock that Acadiana's facing will pause for a couple of seconds, and it's not equating to what is going on over there.
I see exactly what you're talking about, Nick. Yeah. Got to get on the ball here. Quick handoff up the middle. No, he's going to keep it himself. He's across the 40. And it's going to be enough for a Wreckin' Ram first down on an end around to number 9, Syrian Joseph. I'm going to tell you what, Lamartina ran that play action or that fake dive up the middle so well that I honestly thought Kennerson got stuffed up the middle.
Yes, there is a flag on the play, Cole.
For Acadiana.
Down there at the 48-yard line.
Dotson does not look happy down there, so I imagine this will be against the Wreckin' Rams, and it will be holding against the Rams.
Flag on the play.
Negates the play, but doesn't negate your point of Ty making that fake and thinking that he had the ball. I'm telling you, he's coming into his own as the quarterback of this Veer Machine offense.
He actually did the same thing to me last week where he faked a dive like that and gave it off. And he's so good at that, pulling out the mesh point and making you think that dive back has the ball. And that's a great quality to have in a Veer offense.
Absolutely. So. And I think that we were kind of brushing off the fact that he was getting so many reps last year when the offense was up by so many points. He was getting in there and running that offense, the varsity reps against varsity football players. He's really feeling comfortable right now, and I think it has to do with how much playing time he got last year.
2nd and 24. Got a lot of ground to gain right here. Stoppage of play. I believe this may be a hydration timeout, and it is. So stick around, folks. We're going to take a hydration timeout ourselves. You're watching WRP on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good.
Pass incomplete. Third down, 24 to go.
We're back here at the Bronco Corral. Ty Lambertina takes a three-step drop and throws it out of bounds here. You're looking for a big play down the near sideline, and it's going to be 3rd and 24 for the Veer machine. And I don't know how many plays we have in the playbook that can cover 24 yards on a 3rd and, this long.
Yeah, unless you got a busted run that we've seen a couple times so far in this game where you're able to get that big game. But nonetheless, Acadiana seems to have an opportunity to be getting momentum in this game, and every time they get that opportunity, they kind of find themselves with a mistake that kind of gets them out of position to take advantage.
Snap, handoff, sweep to Kennerson. He breaks the first wave. He's across the 50, and he's across the 40, but I believe this may be a holding on the Wreckin' Rams. At least that's what the coaching staff is indicating for the Broncos. Another strong carry by Troy Kennerson tonight, but this one might get negated.
Yeah, at this point now you have to kind of comment on it and say it's time to clean it up, right? That's a couple of holds. I think it's actually 3 in this game that holds have negated nice gains. Now, you can argue and say, well, it wouldn't have even happened without the hold, and you're probably right. But nonetheless, just clean it up and let's see what happens. You don't want to take that chance of getting a big gain, and it just penalizes you and you lose it. So Acadiana, once again, negates a big play, and they're going to be pushed behind the sticks again.
So we'll have to wait and see where they spot this football. It was 3rd and 24. I'm thinking it might be 3rd and 34 now, Nick.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a spot foul or if it's a previous spot foul. So I don't know if it's going to be that far. I think they're going to get a few yards on the play.
I see what you're saying here. They have spotted the football at roughly the 43-yard line.
It's 3rd down, Bronco fans.
3rd and long for the Wreckin' Rams. Let's see if we can generate a busted play and maybe somehow get to the stick. Handoff up the middle. Pushing the pile. Breaks the first wave. Give them a gain of 4, but well short of the first down marker clearly, and Acadiana's going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, I tell you what, for a second, it kind of looked like the hole was open, and then it just closed up immediately. But there was a second where, like, wait a minute, they have it here, and it closed up right as I noticed it closed up right away, and Zachary stepped it out. But Acadiana's going to have to punt. But look, it's kind of a chess match again, right? They keep giving the ball back. Acadiana keeps dodging the bullet. At some point, if the defense keeps standing up and giving you the ball back, you're going to have to respond with a touchdown. You can't keep giving Zachary this opportunity. We're getting the ball up a score and an opportunity to go up 2 scores.
Marquez back to punt for the Rams. Bubba Jones back there to receive the punt. This one's a good one. Going to bounce at about the 25. Takes a nice Wreckin' Ram bounce. Checks up, and it'll be down at the 18-yard line.
Marquez's punt.
I'll tell you what, the punts don't look great in the air, but when they finally come down, they end up taking Wreckin' Ram bounces, and they keep rolling and giving yards. So it's a nice job by Marquez. It doesn't look, it's not a pretty spiral like the kid from Zachary when he punts, but you're getting kind of the same result where now you have Zachary pinned inside the 20-yard line.
Defenses are trading blows so far here in the 3rd quarter. We really wish Acadiana would have taken advantage of, being able to stop Zachary in back-to-back drives. Nonetheless, Kirby takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage for no gain, and the Terrible Turks do a great job, again, at stopping the run tonight.
And again, it's number 87, Darius McKinley. Again, making his impact on this game. You know, that was a criticism that we had from Dominic when he was here, right? He didn't quite make the impact of the game. He didn't change the game. He didn't give you that impact that you wanted the number one player in the state to do. Darius does that. He did it last year. He made an impact on a bunch of games, and in this year, he's doing it again. He's made his impact on this game. He's made his presence felt. That's what you want if you have an LSU defensive lineman committed to your team. So it's been a nice game from Darius.
Wide receiver comes across the formation in motion. Pass is complete.
It's high school football.
Waiting to hear some whistles. So the field ref marked him down at the original spot, but nobody blew a whistle. It is going to be enough for, let's see where they spot him. 3rd and inches. Okay. So it is a completion by Kirby, right at the stick. It'll be 3rd and very short.
Acadiana with another chance at they're giving him a first down.
Correction. That was good enough for a S&P first down.
So we go from a 3rd and short with the field ref doing the short signal to the head referee saying, nah, we're good. We'll give him a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Ball at the 28-yard line, and Doug Dotson is hot.
Yeah.
Acadiana's going to take a timeout. And I'm going to be honest with you, Nick, I don't blame him.
No.
Because you got one referee telling you it's a 3rd and short. Then after a little bit of complaining, the head referee's going to call it a first down. So Acadiana's going to take a timeout, and so will we. Stick around for more WRP here on YouTube.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Tucson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Tucson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, the po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. Every Thursday through Sunday, we turn up the charm with live music, as well as our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every Saturday morning. So come down to Knox and Tucson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Tucson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High
School. Welcome back to the Bronco Corral here in Zachary, Louisiana. 3:28 left to go in this 3rd quarter. The Broncos leading this one 21-14. But Acadiana hanging tough, playing some really good defense here in the 3rd quarter, Nick.
The 3rd quarter has gone by pretty fast. It's 3:28 to play. Both teams have had multiple possessions in this quarter, and nothing really doing on the scoreboard. So Acadiana has come out and played stiff defense, and you just want the offense to come and get the ball and take advantage of those opportunities when they get it, right? You're giving Zachary multiple chances to go up by 2 scores, and eventually they're going to capitalize. They're too good of a team to keep giving them these chances. The defense is stepping up. You hope the defense can do it again, stand tall, give the ball to the offense, and then they come back and respond and tie this game.
One of the keys to the game that I made, play complementary football, and we are doing that tonight. That's why you see the score the way it is. Acadiana firmly in this ball game as opposed to last week.
If you are missing a credit card or keys, several have been turned in to the home gate.
Just waiting on the PA announcer to make his...
You have dug into your pocket or purse and have discovered that you are missing a set of keys or credit/debit cards.
Just make sure you got your debit card, Denny. You got your debit card. Make sure you got your debit card.
Please stop by the home gate and claim your possession.
I can confirm, Nick, I have my keys in my pocket. I just reached back and I filled my wallet in my back pocket as well. So
Denny, you got your keys in
my wife would be on me if I lost her car keys. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Kirby takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage, give him a gain of 2. Not able to push the pile further than that. It'll be 2nd and 8, ball at the 30.
Hey, the defense came to play today. The defense is doing their job. They're keeping them behind the sticks. Zachary gets a short gain there, but nonetheless preventing the big running play to happen. All the success that Zachary's really had has been on that intermediate passing game to underneath slants, but nothing in the running game. So nice job by the defense to kind of stuff that out and kind of take it away from their game plan.
Yeah, it's been a very big bright spot tonight is the terrible Turk front line against the run game for the Broncos, making them go to the air. 2nd and 8. Wide receiver comes across the formation in motion. 5-step drop. They're looking for the screen. He's going to dump it off. Great job right there by the Terrible Turk defensive backfield. I believe that is number 7, Tavion Landry, on the stop. That's how you stop a screen pass, Nick.
Yep, they got burned on it a couple times, and Tavion Landry came up right there and said it's not going to happen again. Stuffs it for a no gain. Great play by the screen. When I saw the screen develop, I was like, oh, here we go again. Tavion Landry had other ideas. Stopped them for a no gain. It brings up a 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 for the Broncos, and another great opportunity for the Wreckin Rams to get the football back. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Kirby in the backfield. Wide receiver comes across in motion. He's going to swing it out to the wide receiver. It's complete, but tackled by number 4. Isaiah Lavallee able to wrap him up, and it's actually going to be a loss of about 5, and the Terrible Turks do another great job of getting off the field.
What more can you say? The defense is here. They came to play. They're playing that complimentary football, and they're dodging these bullets from Zachary, not allowing Zachary to go up by 2 scores, continuing to get the ball back to the offense. Now, look, it's complimentary offense if they get complimented by the offense. So the offense has to get the ball and do something here.
Nick, I just got to state the obvious. Keon Lede is back to receive. I have not seen Colin DeBetta since the half has started. I'm not sure. We don't have any sideline reporters tonight, guys, so I can't give you an update on that, but I'm just noticing he has not been on the field offensively or in the special teams since the half. Cozy's kick is away, and it's a really, really good one. Keon's going to let it go. It takes a big old bounce at about the 30-yard line. Call it the 32-yard line, and that's where the Veer machine will have it, 1st and 10.
And again, Keon, they does the right thing, letting it bounce and just taking the football, giving it back to the offense. All right, you've had multiple chances so far in the second half after the defense stands strong. 3rd possession in this quarter. Got to sustain the drive. 57 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. More than likely, this drive is going to end in the 4th quarter as long as it ends with points. That's what we need right now. The offense has to complement the defense because the defense is playing so well. You need to get that touchdown, steal that momentum away from the Broncos.
Javian Lawrence in the backfield. It's going to be handed off to Kennerson, trying to get outside. Give him a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Deion Simon not in the game right there. Like I said, that's number 19, Javian Lawrence, who's listed as a senior linebacker, but clearly he can run the football if he's lined up as a running back.
And Cole, I'm starting to be concerned about what you pointed out with the Colin DeBetta situation because I'm not seeing him in the football game. I'm not seeing him even on the sidelines. We don't know what's going on. Obviously, without a sideline reporter, we can't find out. But this is the moments where you want Colin DeBetta in the football game, and he's just not in there.
Colin DeBetta is wearing those noticeable red gloves tonight, and I agree with you, Nick. I don't see any red on that Wreckin Rams sideline. 2nd and 8. Quick pass to Side Joseph over his head, and Acadiana's going to be backed up once again to another 3rd and long.
Man, I think even if Ty makes that throw, it doesn't go for much. That wasn't a very advantageous play to call there, and Ty just kind of let it go and got away from him there. But you got a 3rd down here. You at least want to be able to get a 1st down, right? You want to have a drive that feels like you're sustaining something. If you go 3 and out here, it just kind of feels bad in your mouth as you give the ball back to Zachary. So hopefully they can pick up this 1st down, get into the 4th quarter, get the ball, and see what happens.
I completely agree with you, especially with how well the defense has played through this 3rd quarter. 9 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers tight to the far side. Syrian Joseph flags on the play.
Flag on the play.
False start against the Rams.
Called for a false start. Will be penalized.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's going to put him behind the sticks and set up this really long 3rd and long. And it's just these mistakes are not what you need to happen if you want a chance to win this game. You're playing a really good football team. You're staying with them. You're in the game. You got to make something happen, and a 5-yard penalty kind of sets you behind the sticks. The difference between 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 13 feels like a mile.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, Nick, that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Go ahead and put your 4s up, Wreckin Rams. Acadiana's going to have to fight tough to come back and win this one. Acadiana 21, your Wreckin Rams 14. Stick around for the 4th quarter on WRP on YouTube.
High school started this spring when they awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. STAR sets the standard on service.
STAR is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what STAR does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, STAR is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
STAR and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral. Your Wreckin' Rams are facing a 3rd and 13. Down on the scoreboard, 21-14 to start the fourth quarter. Lamartina under center, takes the snap. No, he drops back to pass, dumps it off to his running back, Lawrence, met behind the line of scrimmage, and Acadiana's going to lose about 4 yards. It's going to be 4th and very long, and here comes the punt team.
Hey, Cole, I do believe that we were still in the third quarter there. I do believe that that was the last play of the third quarter. They mistakenly ran the clock, so that's why we were going the same way. But nonetheless, that'll bring up.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep it here this time with and listen, folks, we've seen it all night long. You have play clocks that are lagging. You got some scoreboard work that is incorrect. So forgive us that we're outside just doing the best we can with what we're being given. But we're going to go ahead and keep it here. And like I said, go ahead and put your 4s up, Ram Nation, because it's time to start playing some tough ball. Looking over to my left, Bradley, my producer, said, let's go ahead and give our sponsors some love and pay some bills. So let's take a quick break. WRP on YouTube.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral.
And the kick for Acadiana, number 90.
4th and 16. Marquez back to punt.
To receive for the Broncos. Number 6, Bubba Jones.
Number 6, Bubba Jones, the wide receiver for the Broncos, back to receive. Snap is high, and it's over the head of Marquez.
No.
And it's going to be a safety.
Safety.
Oh, man. Special teams blunders once again. Rears their ugly head. The ball goes right over Marquez into the end zone for a safety. And we have been talking about it all night long. Special teams stay out of the way, right? Offense kind of struggling, not really doing much in the second half. Defense standing tall, being strong, being the leaders that they need to be, giving you the ball back, playing that complimentary football. The one thing we couldn't have happen was the special teams. It happened last week. It happened again. And now Zachary takes a 9-point lead, and they'll get the ball back. Just an unfortunate moment for that to happen, where everything was going pretty smooth. You were being competitive, playing in the game, and that safety kind of gives all of the momentum to Zachary right now.
Just disappointing, Nick. You know, one of my keys to the games was special teams, stay out of your own way. Stay out of the way. Let the offense and defensive units, play complementary football, which they did through 3 quarters. But another special teams blunder cost the Wreckin' Rams dearly, because not only is it a safety, like you just mentioned, they obviously get the ball back.
Yeah.
So now it's a 2-score game, and Zachary has the opportunity to go down and get even more and bury you in this fourth quarter. So, the bright spot has been the defense, especially since the second half has started. They're just going to have to continue to play tough. I mean, you can't lose belief. Let's see if we can overcome the hurdle that is the special teams.
And I'll tell you what, it's only 2 points on the scoreboard, but boy, I got to tell you, it feels like so much more. It feels like that 2 points is the whole difference in how this game is going. Acadiana right there being competitive, playing well. That safety kind of just took all of the air out of everything that Acadiana had all night. So there's still a lot of football, 11:56 to play in this game. Defense has been playing well. They're going to have to come up with a stop right here to keep Zachary out of scoring again.
Marquez has to kick this one off from the 20. High and deep, going to be brought in at about the 30. He's got a hole, he's got a lane, he's across the 50. One man to beat is Marquez. He breaks more tackles across the opposite 30 and all the way down to about the 23, 24-yard line. What more can you say, Nick?
Yeah,
you're beating a dead horse at this point.
That's right. That's right. You know, it's simply put, the special teams has to get better. Like we can't sit here every week and be pointing out the special teams as like the reason why they're losing these football games, right? Special teams is supposed to aid the offense and the defense, and you're specialists, right? That's why you're on the special teams. This is what you do. This is what you practice, and it's not a unit that you can count on right now, and it's constantly making mistakes to where you're setting up the Wreckin Rams to be in a situation like they are right now. It happened last week, and it's happening again. And I think if Acadiana does end up dropping this football game, you're going to look directly at that play and the special teams blunder that happened in the fourth quarter.
Sideline warning against the Wreckin Rams. There was a flag dropped at about the 40-yard line.
Sideline warning called against.
It's unfortunate, Cole, because this game has been very well played up to this point. And I think that we were both very impressed with what we saw from Acadiana, and everything was going smoothly, and you just don't think that a punt over the punter's head is going to happen. And then once it happens, it just seems like it spirals and snowballs. It's the same thing that happened last week. Special teams made a couple blunders, and it just seemed like Acadiana couldn't get back on track. It just so happened to happen later in the game now. So like I said, there's a lot of football left to be played, but man, the special teams continuing to make those mistakes is very disheartening. It's disheartening for us. It's got to be disheartening for the kids on the field.
Terrible Turks in a tough spot here, being tasked to takes the snap. Kirby looking deep. He throws it deep. One-on-one ball. It's picked in and out of the hands.
Oh.
They're going to call that an incomplete pass. It was in and out of the hands of Tavian Landry and somehow ended up in the receiver's hands. I was nervous right there, Nick, because I thought the receiver may have wrestled that ball away for a touchdown.
Yeah, me too, but Tavian Landry made a great play. I thought he had the interception. That would have been a play that would have maybe turned this thing around and maybe felt like you could make something happen, but nonetheless, a great play from Landry to keep it away from the receiver. The defense has come to could play a little bend, don't break right here. We haven't seen the kicker come out to kick a field goal yet in this game. We know that he has it, so if Acadiana can stand tall right here and not let him pick up this first down, maybe we'll get to see a field goal. And honestly, a field goal would be huge right here. You're already down by 9. A field goal only puts you down by 12. That still only makes it 2 scores. A touchdown makes it 3 scores, and at that point, you're kind of fighting an uphill battle.
3rd and 5. Broncos in the gun, takes the snap. He's going to give it on the sweep. And there's that man again. Darius McKinley coming across the opposite side of the field to make the tackle, and the Broncos will be faced with a 4th and long.
I love it, and it's not surprising because Darius has been playing like this since he was a sophomore. I mean, we were seeing him in the game when his brother was still here making plays, and we were like, man, he's going to be a problem just like Dominic was, and he sure is. He's showing every bit of the reason why he's going to be playing on Saturdays next year.
Yeah, they showed they had no answers in blocking Darius McKinley tonight. He has been all over the football field and has really made a big, big difference for the Rams. Boston Bentley on the kick for the Broncos. Flag on the play.
– 38-yard field goal, by the way. It's against Zachary.
Waiting to see what the call on the field is.
Flag on the play. Broncos called for a delay of game. Penalized 5 yards.
And there you go. It's a delay of game. And I'll be honest, Nick, we've seen a lot of delay of games going this way because of the lagging. They have a lagging play clock on this side of the field, folks. And I'm not sure if the officials know it. But that's going to back him up 5 yards.
In the kick,
look, this was at 20.
So this will be about a 43-yarder. Boston Bentley on the kick for the Broncos. He has a big leg, folks. The snap is good. The kick is up. The kick is no good.
No good.
And the Terrible Turks are able to hang tough, even being, behind the 8 ball, having to defend at the 25-yard line. They give their Veer Machine another chance.
Another chance, Cole. That's the thing. They're giving the Veer Machine another chance to make an impact on this game and answer what Zachary is doing, right? So Zachary is now up by 2 scores. They're up by the 9 points. That's okay. You have a lot of time in this game. 10 minutes and 5 seconds to go in this game. Acadiana has to score here on this drive. If you give the ball back to Zachary right now, you're pretty much giving the game up. You have to score points right here to keep the Wreckin Rams in the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty much at the point where it might be 4-down territory, especially being down 2 scores. This is going to be another false start by the Wreckin Rams.
Man.
Flag on the play.
And I'll be honest with you, they tried to do the same exact play on the last drive where they get Cy Joseph on kind of like this in-motion end around, and they got penalized just like that on a false start. So clearly something's going on with that formation that the referees do not agree with.
That's right. They're shooting themselves in the foot again with the penalty, and it's not complimentary football, right? We talked about the units complimenting each other. The defense has really stood tall, came to play, very impressed by them. No real criticism on what the defense has done so far. The offense stagnant a little bit, struggling, getting these opportunities and taking a long time to get under center.
5 seconds left on the play clock. 2nd and 15. Handoff up the middle. The ball's on the ground, and that's going to be a scoop and score by the Broncos. And you just said it, Nick. We're not playing complimentary football with our defense, and there you go again. Offense coughs up a fumble at the line of scrimmage. The Broncos scoop and score, and just like that, what was a 21-14 game is now a 29-14 game, pending the point after.
It's amazing what being out here in the stands feels like when the game turned around, and when that punt went over his head. The air in this stadium completely shifted to the Zachary side, and it just felt like this game was over. And that's exactly what happened. Once that punt sailed over Josh Marquez's head, this game was over. And Acadiana has not responded well to that play.
Snap is good. Kick is away. Kick is up. Kick is good. With about 10 minutes left to go in this ball game, your score, the Zachary Broncos 30, your Wreckin Rams 14. Hang around for more WRP here on YouTube. Welcome back to the Bronco Corral.
Athletic events coming up this week. Saturday, September the 13th.
Nick, just not much more we could say.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Great game through 3 quarters.
Yes.
Just the 4th quarter has kind of gotten away. Things have unraveled in the last 2 minutes.
And look, if we come back a little bit, we're only down by 2 scores. It just feels insurmountable. It feels like even if the offense were to get it going and you scored a touchdown and got a 2-point conversion to make it a 1-score game, it just feels like something would happen, some kind of mistake, the scoop and score there, the fumble, the snap over the head. Something's going to happen for Acadiana that's not going to allow them to come back in this game. It just feels like everything is unraveling in this 4th quarter.
Bentley back to kick. Kick is away, and it's going to be returnable. Taken in at the 10. Across the 15, across the 20, and he'll be pushed out at about the 21-yard line.
Number 11.
You know, Cole, we mentioned that Colin DeBetta hasn't been in the football game, and he's still not in the football game. I wonder how much that's affecting what they do offensively, because while he's not a running back and he's not an integral part of what the Veer is, he does represent a playmaker on the outside. He does represent somebody that you can give the football and make something happen. You always have to have your eye on number 6, and with him out of the football game, I wonder if that's what's causing a lot of this, I guess, lack of cohesion on the offensive side of the football, because since Colin DeBetta has been out of the game, the offense hasn't really done much as far as producing, sustaining drives, and scoring points.
Also worth noting, Deion Simon has not been in the game all half either. Lambertino on a quarterback keeper. Gets a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. What do you think about that one, Nick?
Yeah, I mean that's a situation where if we'd have somebody on the sideline, maybe giving us some of that some info, but we don't have that when we're on the road, so we're not able to find out what's going on down there with the injuries. But I'm looking on the sideline. I'm just looking for Colin Nebetta at all. I'm looking to see him. Where is he? I don't remember a play. I don't recall something happening where he got hurt. Deion Simon also. I don't recall a play where I said, oh, look, he got hurt, an injury, something happened, for them to be completely out of the game.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 23. Pass through the hands of the intended receiver, Leland Andrus. And once again, the Veer machine is in a 3rd and long situation in the 4th quarter.
Not a bad pass by Ty. Hits the receivers, goes right through his hands. I feel like you got to come up with that one to give yourself a chance for 3rd and short. And again, the Veer machine offense is just tough, man. Just lethargic, tough to get out there, and we just don't know what's going on.
It's 3rd down.
We did get confirmation that Colin Nebetta is hurt. I do have eye contact with Colin right now. I see him on the sideline, has his helmet off.
Lambertina, screen pass. And he's got a convoy of blockers across the 40, across the 50, across the 30. Does he have enough gas? He'll be knocked down at the 20-yard line, but a great screen pass right there to number 81, Reggie Alexander. That is the 2nd big reception he's had tonight, folks, and he's given this Veer machine a little bit of life.
And Tyler Martina there looking on the sideline, talking smack to the guys on the Zachary sideline. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. He's definitely feisty. Nonetheless, a nice play, and he let that screen develop similar to what Kirby has done, kind of let the screen play develop and made that pass right at the perfect time, and a nice play for the Wreckin' Rams to move it down the field.
Yeah, we got an injury down here on the near side at about the 30. It looks like a cramp. And I tell you what, we'll go ahead and take a quick injury timeout as well. Go ahead and stick around. You're listening to WRP on YouTube.
And if you know, you know. Southern Classic Chicken is a North Louisiana favorite. Famous for crispy chicken and that pepper on the side. And they kept it simple, fresh, and full of flavor. And now, for the first time, they're franchising. And guess what? Lafayette, the hub city, is the very first franchise location. I'm excited because I've heard great things about the chicken. And you know, one thing about people here in Southwest Louisiana, we love good food. And we understand that's what we can expect with.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral. They're having a hard time getting, I believe that's number 55, George Gettridge, the senior offensive lineman. As I mentioned before the break, he was down here hurt at the 30 on the near side, and they're having to, still help him out all the way across the field to the sideline. And that's kind of been the theme tonight. Nick, I feel like there's been a slew of injuries, and for the longest time in this game, we've kept it close. It seems like things are starting to pile up, though.
Yeah, the injuries are piling up, but I tell you what, the Veer Machine offense is in striking distance right now to get this game back to a one-score game. A nice screenplay right there set them up. And once we started saying they didn't have no life, they showed a little bit of life right here.
Lambertina under center. Snap, handoff. Kennerson. Ball's on the ground. Fight for the football. And Zachary has it.
One step forward and 2 steps back, Cole. I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, I can't describe it. I don't know why it is. I don't know why it went this way. But I'm telling you, when that snap sailed over Josh Marquez's head, that was the end of the game. It's unraveling. Things are going wrong. Mistakes, unsound football, and Acadiana continues to shoot themselves in the foot over and over in this 4th quarter. And what was a well-played game for 3 quarters has just been a disaster in the final frame.
30-14 Broncos lead, 8:40 left to go in this one. Kirby takes the snap, handoff up the middle. No, he's going to keep it himself and turn the corner, breaks the tackle, and it looks like he will have enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen Kirby kind of keep the ball and have a nice little game there for the Broncos. So everything kind of going Zachary's way right now. Every ounce of momentum in this game is on the Zachary sideline. The fans are into it for the first time tonight, right? We haven't really heard a whole lot. We're sitting amongst the Zachary fans, and we haven't really heard a whole lot of ruckus cheers because Acadiana was in this football game, and now they're starting to build it a little bit. They're starting to feel it a little bit, and they really feel like they're in control of this game.
1st and 10 Broncos. Kirby takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it deep. He's got a man, and it's caught. Great pass, great catch.
Perfect pitch and catch there for Zachary. Safety help a little late to get over. I felt like he made a break on the ball just a little late. If he makes it a little sooner, he comes over and is able to maybe help and make that play. Instead, a little bit late on the safety help, right over the top, and Zachary gets a big gain across the 50-yard line, and they're just in full control of the game right now.
That was Asher Carter, number 18 on the reception, a junior wide receiver for the Broncos. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 38-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage, Darius McKinley once again.
Yeah. His motor has been going all night long. He's all gas, no brakes, and he's doing it. He's been doing it all night long. And despite the fact that this game feels like it's slipping away from the Wreckin' Rams, Darius McKinley's still playing full motor.
Darius McKinley with that high motor. Obviously, you guys know he's committed to LSU next year to go play with his brother, and it feels like Nicky has half a dozen tackles for loss tonight.
Yeah, he made an impact on this game for sure. 2nd
and 11, Kirby keeps it himself, trying to turn the corner, not able to do so. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage, wrapped up by number 44, Kason Pearson, middle linebacker.
Nice play from the Wreckin' Rams, getting in the backfield and snuffing it out. So you got a couple good plays right there answering. After the big pass play, they didn't hang their heads. They got back on the line. They're playing tough defense, and now you got Zachary behind the sticks with an opportunity to maybe get off the field, give the offense another chance to try to get you back in this game.
So correction, Nick, 44 is actually blank on the Wreckin' Ram roster. That was actually Chavis on the tackle. Got to get an updated roster, but that's our problem for another day. 3rd and long. Kirby drops back to pass, looking for a screen. It's there, but wrapped up by Gavin Coleman. Gavin Coleman able to stay home and protect against the screen, and it's going to be 4th and long. And again, the terrible Terps have been the bright spot in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, they've answered the call every single time. They've answered the call for what is going on the field. They get an opportunity for Zachary to get into pretty good field position, scoring drive, nice big play, and yet they stand tall and give the offense a chance. And with 6 minutes left in the game, again, you're not out of this football game. It's only a 2-score game.
Nick, I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody for the Acadiana special teams was lined up ready to go right there. They're jogging on and off the field, and now this punt's going to be down at the 2-yard line.
I mean, Cole,
listen, if I got to be the voice of reason, guys, clean up. If you do anything this week, clean up the special teams. You're jogging on and off the field. You are not lined up when the Zachary's punt team is ready to go. It's getting really frustrated because you're taking away from the great game that the defense has played, and you're just sucking momentum every time you have these blunders.
Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating to watch the special teams unit just not have any kind of idea of what's going on either side. Anytime they have the opportunity to make an impact on the game, they make an impact negative.
We're going to go ahead and take a timeout ourselves. You're watching Wreckin' Ram Productions on YouTube.
Southern Classic Chicken.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Welcome back to the Bronco Corral. The Veer machine will have it 1st and 10 with their backs to the end zone.
First down.
Go ahead and bear with us, fans. We're going to call this one like a radio call. We are having some camera difficulties. We'll get back as soon as we can. Lambertina's going to keep it himself and rumble on to about the 19-yard line for a Wreckin' Ram first down on a quarterback keeper.
Nice keeper from Ty there to get a nice gain, get yourself from your back from in the end zone. We've seen Acadiana with their backs against the end zone already in this game. It ended in a touchdown. So we'll see if the Wreckin' Rams can do the same thing.
1st and 10 for the Ram. Ball is 5.5 minutes left to play in this ball game, and if the Rams have any chance of this, they're going to have to strike very quickly. Would love to see Kennerson break another long one. 7 seconds on the play clock. False start on the Rams.
Oh, man. It's oh, wow.
On the play.
It's so frustrating, and I tell you what, there's no sense of urgency. They're taking their time getting under center. Guys, we have 5 minutes in this game. We got to get 2 scores. Nothing's going your way. There's nothing suggests that you're going to be able to make 2 scores in 5 minutes. Yet the sense of urgency just not there. You're taking your time to get up to the center, and then once you do, a false start happens. It's all unraveled in the fourth
We're
quarter.
on the same page, Nick. Being down 2 scores with 5 minutes left to go, I would have been playing some form of 2-minute football at this point. You got to be in and out of the huddle, have multiple plays prepared.
Yes.
You basically have to do a Veer version of a no huddle. 2nd and 15. Lambertina 3-step drop, throws it far side, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver.
And look, we talk about Ty having control of the game, having an overall sense of what he's doing. These are the moments where we need him to keep a cool head, to have control, to settle in, and he just feels frantic right now. He feels as uncomfortable as I've felt he's been all game long, and it's just not something that we've seen from him. This is the moment where, hey, look, yes, it's a high-pressure moment. You're down by 2 scores. You got to get going. And he just feels like he's rushing. He's not comfortable, and it's showing down there because he's rushing the passes, rushing the snaps, taking his time when he needs to, and not rushing when he needs to.
In and around the Syrian Joseph. Give him a gain of about 10.
Number 9, Syrian Joseph.
It'll be about let's call it 3rd and 4.
And I tell you what, Joseph's been in kind of a bright spot tonight. And when he gets the ball, he's making those plays. He's almost in that Colin DeBetta mold, right? But you see right now no sense of urgency from the offense. Like, we got to get going, guys. We're taking too much time in this huddle. Guys are jogging on and off the field. Like, it is just, there's no sense of urgency. It's almost like they're not trying to win this football game. They're still not out of the huddle. They're still not over the ball.
They marked him a little bit shy of where I thought it was, so it's going to be 3rd and 6. Lambertina, flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Wow.
False start on the Rams once again.
Wow.
Acadiana, they'll be penalized 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean, there comes a point where you're beating a dead horse. There comes a point where you don't really have much more commentary to say. But at this point, if it's not cleaned up yet, if you don't have the sense of urgency, if you're not trying to correct these mistakes that are clearly happening, then it's a lost cause, right? You had 5 minutes when you started the drive. Now you're down to 4 minutes and 0 sense of urgency by anybody on the football field.
Want to give a couple of shout-outs. Striker Tronhon tuning in tonight. Former Wreckin' Ram quarterback, as is Dylan Scott. 3rd and 11. Lambertina under center. Snap. Drops back to pass. Trying to break through. And they're going to call it a dead ball. They're going to call it a stoppage of play. Ty did everything he could to try to get rid of that football, but he was wrapped up trying to do so. Yeah. And that's going to go down as a sack. Acadiana's going to bring out the punt team. And by all intents and purposes, this game, outside of the clock on the scoreboard, this game's over.
Yeah, this is pretty much waving the white flag right here. And I kind of don't blame them. I mean, nothing's really gone your way in this second half offensively. You haven't been able to get anything going. The 14 points that you scored was in the first half, and then especially after that punt, after the punt sails over Josh Marquez's head, it's just been all downhill from there, and nothing really going your way in this fourth quarter.
Marquez back to punt, what feels like the 10th time tonight.
It's not
another stoppage of play.
Not another one. Delay a game.
Delay a game against the Wreckin Rams. Just another thing you can add on to the list of blunders.
How did it all go so wrong in the fourth quarter? Because the first 3 quarters of this football game was clean. Acadiana was playing well. They were competitive. They were in the football game, had an opportunity to win this game. As soon as the fourth quarter struck, I mean, it has just been a disaster. I'm not sure exactly what happened going into the fourth quarter, but it has been a mess by everybody on the football field for Acadiana.
Marquez with his heels on the back of the goal line, punts it away, and this is a really good one. Really good one, bounces at the 35 and takes a nice Wreckin Ram bounce. Well across the 50. Heck of a punt by Josh Marquez. That's a bright spot right there, you know. And what I feel like, what I said, feels like he punted for the 10th time tonight. Guys, listen, for the people listening at home, we don't mean to be negative, but we would be doing you guys a disservice if we did not call this game as we view it. And, you know, while we have done a lot of good things tonight through 3 quarters, this fourth quarter is very reminiscent of what we saw last week. And we were hoping that, like I said, we were hoping we closed the book on that blunder.
Yeah, we want to try to focus on those first 3 quarters because they were so promising and good and everything was going great. And you know what else we need to focus on? The defense, man. The defense has really stepped up. Like, nothing that happened in this fourth quarter was on the defense. You're down by 21. It was 21-14 going into the fourth quarter. The snap over the head of the punter gives you the 2 points, and then a touchdown on the scoop and score gives you the touchdown, and then all of a sudden it's 30-14. So the defense has really played well. That's been a bright spot. Overall, I'd say they played better than they did last week, but this fourth quarter has really been a mess.
1st and 10 for the Broncos after the great punt by Marquez.
Another bright spot in this game. Marquez knows how to punt the ball, and whenever it bounces, it always bounces to Acadiana's favor the way he punts the ball. So maybe not in this game it doesn't make a difference, but down the road it could be a difference maker.
H-back goes in motion across the formation. Kirby's going to take the snap, handoff up the middle, breaks the arm tackle. Give him a gain of 11, and it'll be enough for a Broncos first down. Tyleek Lewis on the carry, the junior running back, and we're under 3 minutes here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Cole, we figured it was going to take a special effort by Acadiana to win this game. And I tell you what, for the first 3 quarters, I feel like they were giving you that effort. Like, that was winning football. They played winning football, and they might have not been up on the scoreboard, but you did have an opportunity to win this game. And as soon as the clock flipped to the fourth quarter, it just all went downhill. And everything that they had been doing for the first 3 quarters kind of went away. And the offense in the second half hasn't got much going. So it was winning football until it wasn't.
Kirby takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. Ball's on the ground, and the Terrible Turks have it. You want to talk about a unit that has done everything they can to keep a team in a ball game. The defense is playing lights out in this second half. I want to put this in people's heads. The points that have been scored in the second half, none of it has come from the defense.
Yeah.
It was a scoop and score and a safety.
No, I mean, the defense has played. The defense is playing as good as you can ask for. I mean, you're getting plays from your playmakers. They're making big plays, and they've never given up, and it's been full throttle the entire game from the very first snap. It's been very impressive to watch the defense. It's just unfortunate that you weren't able to get that complementary offense going in the second half. I feel like in the first half, the offense was running well. I feel like Ty was much more comfortable than he's been in this fourth quarter, but in the second half, it just hasn't gone that way, and the defense is giving you every chance to stay in this game, and the offense just hasn't answered the call.
Ty steps back, 3-step drop, throws it far side, in and out of the hands. I believe that was Cy Joseph, the intended receiver. And I'll tell you what, Nick, we've tried running that same exact play 3 or 4 times. I don't think we completed that pass one time.
It's either a bad throw or just a missed catch, right? I think you're right. It's 2 or 3 times. One of them, I believe, Ty just kind of sailed the pass. But then in the catch, a couple of times it's been kind of a pretty good ball where you think it should be caught, and it just doesn't get caught. So it's been an array of blunders on the offensive side that just hasn't really got going in the second half.
Kennerson and Lawrence in the backfield. Lambertina going to keep it himself. Give him a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. Let me ask you a question, Nick. If I would have told you before the game that this defense would have held Zachary to 21 points, because that's what they gave up on the field tonight, 21 points, you probably would have took that to the bank, especially with a team as talented as Zachary. So we talked about it. This game is definitely not on the defense. I'm actually very impressed the improvement from last week against Ruston to this week against Zachary. Sure. It's been night and day. It's the Veer machine that has not stepped up and answered the call tonight. Yeah. Handoff, Kennerson cuts it back up the middle. He'll be close to the marker, and I do believe he will have enough for a first down.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate. You know, I think the defense played as good as we can ask for, and we've been saying that all night. And they deserve all of the accolades that they get for the way they've played. The offense is not stepped up to the plate, not answered the call, not been that compliment to the defense, and that's the reason why Acadiana is going to lose this football game.
1:05 left to go in this ball game. You know what, a minute to go, Nick, I wouldn't mind seeing what Acadiana has in their bag as far as long passes, just to do it. 3-step drop, pump fakes, throws it deep. There you go, but it's well over the head of the intended receiver.
Well, that might answer it.
I'm going to tell you something, Nick. Ty Lambertina right there on that play was lined up under the left guard instead of the center.
That. I did notice that. I didn't know if you were going to point it out. I wasn't going to do it, but he definitely. Sorry.
Second down, 10 to go, Acadiana.
Definitely lined up under the wrong offensive lineman. I did notice that.
55 seconds left to go in this ball game. Acadiana trailing Zachary 30-14. Just disappointing. Really strong showing through 3 quarters, and it just all fell apart. Another stoppage of play here.
It's been an ugly fourth quarter. There's no doubt about it. And you know, I mentioned it earlier. I'll say it again. Being out in the stands, you could feel it. I mean, you just felt it. As soon as the snap on the punt went over his head, you just felt all of the momentum go away and come onto the Zachary side, and Acadiana just had no chance. And they were only down by 9 at that point. Then they kicked the field goal, and they're down by 16 now. But I mean, it just hasn't gone their way at all on the offensive side of the football. And if they played even half as good as the defense did, I mean, they'd probably win this football game because the defense stepped up every single time you needed them to. They kept dodging that bullet, even from right out of the half. Down 21-14, Zachary gets the ball, and the defense just stood up, gave the offense every chance to get him back in this game, and it just never happened.
55 seconds remain in the contest.
2nd and 10. Lambertina takes the snap in around to Syrian Joseph, able to break the first wave of tacklers, and he'll be brought down at about the 25-yard line. Good enough for a Wreckin Ram first down. If they're trying to get on the board before the game's over, Nick, they got to go a lot quicker than this, but it seems like they pretty much cashed it in with all the jogging that we're seeing going down there.
And you know what? I like what I've seen from Syrian Joseph tonight. I mean, he's a guy that we didn't really have pegged to be a big part of the offense tonight. A couple of injuries maybe pushed him into action and caused him to have a bigger role than maybe he was anticipating. And he's answered the call. When he gets the ball in his hands, good things are happening. So maybe moving forward, Syrian Joseph becomes a bigger part of the offense.
Lambertina takes a snap, 3-step drop. He throws the fade route to Tavian Landry. Led him a little too far outside, and it was almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by Jeremiah Smith, who, like I mentioned multiple times in this broadcast, is one of the better players on this Broncos football team. I tell you what, I also want to give, you know, we haven't talked much about him in the second half. The Broncos defense has done really well. You know, only allowing 14 points in the first half, no points in the second half. Now, there's been a lot of blunders on Acadiana's side that's kind of aided them with that, but I don't want to take away in the showing that the Broncos defense has had tonight because they have a lot of really good things to build on, and they're going to move on to 2-0 to start the season. 14 seconds left to go in this ball game. 2nd and 10. Syrian goes in motion, and he's smacked down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 9, and that's going to be your ball game, folks.
Number 9, brought down by number 34, Schellmeyer. That's ball game, folks. Your Broncos are victorious with a score of 30.
You know what, Nick? And this is what I'll tell the fans at home. You can go ahead and tell your mama and them and everybody who asks you about the game tomorrow, what happened, how to go. I hope all of you tell them that the defense tonight was not what lost you this ball game. They played so well tonight. They played well enough to win this game. Very well. And Darius McKinley, I mean, he is a man among boys out here. You want to talk about bright spots and improvement. The defense against Ruston last week to the defense against Zachary this week looks like two completely different football units, two completely different teams. And, you know, that's something that we definitely can hang your hat on. Now on the flip side, offense. You got to find ways to stay focused. You got to find ways to move the football. I've been a part of this Veer machine. I've been a part of the Ted Davidson days. We've called games through the Matt McCullough days. This is a statewide known offense. You are the Veer machine. You run 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You hand the football off. You play hard-nosed football. I'm not getting that vibe this year from this team this year, Nick. It looks like we're getting a little cute with our offensive plays, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, it's both weeks, this week and last week. It's a lack of cohesion on the offensive side of the football. It's a lack of organization. And last week we saw that same lack of organization from the defense. We thought it was going to be just as bad on the defensive side of the football. They answered the call tonight. The defense was spectacular, and we called Darius McKinley's name a couple times. Tavian Landry had a couple of nice plays. Gavin Coleman had a couple of nice plays. We have some playmakers on this defense that stepped up and played winning football. The offense has to get going. The offense has to find its way through these issues. And when the defense is playing as well as it is, giving you every opportunity to come back in this game, you have to respond. And again, we're looking at a special teams unit that arguably cost you the football game tonight with the snap over the head and then a couple of other blunders that you have on special teams. It's just not a unit that has any sort of feel like they know what's going on, like they've been coached up, like they're prepared for the football game. And you never want to look at a game where the special teams is a unit that's costing you the game. So it's really unfortunate that 2 weeks in a row we can kind of look at it and be like, man, the Ruston game, we probably lose it no matter what. But this game, I think we lose it because of the special teams. And that doesn't feel good. You want it to be because of the offense or the defense. You don't want it to be a special teams blunder that kind of loses it. But that's what happened. They were down by 7. The snap goes over his head. And at that point, everything started to unravel. So I think there's some good things that happened tonight, some good things that we can build on. I think Acadiana played well for 3 quarters. They played winning football. They were in it. They were competitive, something that didn't happen last week. They weren't competitive. We all knew that it was a possibility that you came in as Zachary and left here with a loss. You just wanted them to play well. I think they did that. That 4th quarter was unfortunate. That leaves a really bad taste in your mouth, and that sucks because the majority of this game, Acadiana played pretty well.
Well, you get STM at home next week. That's an old rivalry that I know that I'll be, jacked up for. We never like to play the STM Cougars, and you get them at Bill Dotson Stadium. Now, you start the year 0-2. I think, and we talked about it a lot, you cannot start the year 0-3. The Brights, and here's the silver lining of all of this, folks. Clearly, we did not start district play yet. The door is wide open when it comes to that. But you definitely do not want to start the season 0-3. If you can salvage a win next week at home against a rival in STM, who is eventually, I'm getting word that is eventually going to be part of our district, if not next year, the following year. You got to find a way. You got to find a way to scrap and fight and clean this up and get a win next week at Bill Dotson Stadium. I tell you what, one more time, we want to thank all of you watching from Scott, Louisiana, and around the entire state and around the entire nation. first road production tonight, and overall, a couple of hiccups, but, much improved from what we had last year with a little a cell phone and some Amazon cameras. And I would be remiss if I didn't give, a shout out to my crew on sound. We have Mr. Denny Edwards. We have Mr. Bradley Gayo doing the video, and all the students of Acadiana High, 8 to 10 of them, doing all the camel work and the commercial work that really puts some great work in, especially coming on a road trip like this out to Baton Rouge. They've been asked to do a lot, and they've done a lot so far. But again, we want to thank you for tuning in to Wreckin' Ram Productions tonight. Go ahead and scratch this loss. We will catch you at Bill Dodson Stadium next Friday night against the STM Cougars. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy a weekend full of football. And as always, once a Ram, always a Ram.